Hey everyone, this is Adam Hunter. We have a brand new MMA Roasted podcast. It's me, Andrew Montanez. We got Josh Barnett and the great 27-time world champion Renato Laranja doing a great podcast. Check it out. Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted podcast. It's me, Adam Hunter. It's a special podcast today. We have
so special. This is Short Bus special, if I've ever seen it.
100%. We are now on Pluto TV, which is an amazing app station. They have amazing content.
Bit of a conundrum, though, huh?
What?
Well, they're a planet, then they're not a planet.
Yeah.
So it's like you're a thing, then you're not.
Right.
So it's like, oh, you're named after... Nope, no, you're not. That's not real.
It's kind of like the Caitlyn Jenner of planets. Anyway, so here we are. We have great people. We have
too soon.
Smooth in the front.
We have Josh Barnett with us, two-time UFC heavyweight champion. One time?
That's all I needed.
One?
Just do it once.
You were the Pride champion
Put it to rest.
Pride champion as well?
No, runner-up.
Runner-up?
Yeah.
And now you're the wrestling champion. Or are you the wrestling champion?
Probably not.
The way this shit is going.
Yeah. What is he? He's a good guy.
Great masturbator.
Pride Heavyweight Grand Prix finalist.
Yeah.
Right.
Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix finalist.
Right.
King of Pancrase.
Metamoris
champion.
Current Metamoris champion.
We also have Andrew Montanez, who Andrew, if you guys don't know him, he's a great guy as well as a great fighter. He fought in Strikeforce.
Went 1-1 in Strikeforce, got that 500 Strikeforce record.
And what else?
And $500 probably for the fight.
2,500 actually.
Oh, nice.
Who did you fight in Strikeforce?
I fought Raul Castillo.
Oh, Raul.
Who beat Nick Diaz in the World Championship Finals that year.
I'm telling Nick Diaz you said that, boy.
Go on.
What up?
World Championship Finals.
It was like some World Jiu-Jitsu Championship that happened in California. It was like 2005 or 6.
And then you also you beat Joe Merritt.
Beat Joe Merritt, National Fighting Championship. Guy talked a lot of shit.
Really?
Yeah.
And you actually hit him, but you TKO'd him.
I TKO'd the old man.
Nice. And then also we have 27-time world champion Renato Laranja.
Big fan of Eating Raul.
Yeah. Oh, that Eating Raul. What a great film.
Yes. How are you?
1981 or some shit. I've never been better. I'm in the best shape to my life.
Oh, you lost some weight.
I look fantastic. Yeah, because I cut down the beer a little bit, and I'm just trying to drink hard alcohol.
Nice, that's good.
Just sticking with brown liquor.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorites. No, I'm just saying clear liquor.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's fucking alcohol.
If it's brown, let it to drown.
Okay.
What's the other one?
If it's clear,
I don't know.
Speaking of healthy living, I want to thank our sponsor, Blue Apron, the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery
by the way,
service.
you can fuck with these Blue Apron things as much as you want. They don't care because I've listened to How Did This Get Made, and Jesus, that guy just goes nuts on them.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know how that got made. Listen, their mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everybody, and they achieve this by supporting a more sustainable food system, setting the highest standard for ingredients, and building a community of home chefs.
Soylent Green.
Listen, Blue Apron has established partnerships with over 150 local farms, fisheries, and ranchers across the U.S., and as a result, their seafood is sourced
you know what
sustainably.
The distribution on ranchers, fisheries, and farms are?
I don't know, but I know they have beef, chicken, and pork come from responsibly raised animals, and their produce is sourced from farms that practice regenerative farming. Listen, cooking together.
Regenerative farming?
Yes, listen, cooking.
That sounds like something out of a movie I've
mean?
seen. Is that, you know what? That would be a fucking food of the gods.
Probably. But listen,
you know exactly Pack of the Killer Tomatoes?
This is what you started. Look, cooking together builds strong family bonds, and research shows the Blue Apron families cook nearly 3 times more often. Your dad's still not going to
love you, sorry.
My dad does love me, and I cooked all the time with my wife, and we have Blue Apron night, and it is the best night of my life.
Why you didn't invite me to that one?
I will, because our upcoming meals include basil pesto chicken with summer vegetable panzanella, sauteed shrimp, and green beans with globed tomatoes, whole grain pasta,
sauteed shrimp,
summer vegetables,
General Tso's chicken,
as a meatball pizza with fresh mozzarella cheese and charmed tomatoes. Listen, they are affordable. It's got variety, flexible, easy, and guaranteed. Listen, you can go check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/MMA roast. That's blueapron.com/MMA roast. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
You know, we're in Hollywood. I have no idea who the fuck is going to order any of that if it's not just all gluten-free and vegan.
A lot of people are like that. Are you a vegan?
Oh, most definitely.
No, you're not. Are you not
just said he was.
Oh yeah, of course. I got the vegan jibe about me, don't I?
You have the serial killer vibe. But listen, I want to also thank our sponsor, Mack Weldon. Listen, it's better than whatever you're wearing right now. Trust me, Mack Weldon believes in smart design, premium fabrics, and simple shopping.
I may have a tear in my crotch, but there's no reason to fucking talk shit about my clothes.
Shit on our clothes.
Damn.
I go shopping all the time. I can't stand it. You got to go there. You got to park. You got to valet. You got to wait. But they make it so much easier. They have the most comfortable underwear, socks, shirts, undershirts, hoodies, and sweatpants you'll ever wear.
All that stuff?
They have a line of silver underwear and shirts that are naturally antimicrobial, which means they eliminate odor.
So it's even better than the ones who have the copper, which
you don't have to
fix
shower,
you
right?
elbow.
Copper, that's blood flow. Silver is antimicrobial.
Yeah, and anti-werewolf, like the one Higa Machado werewolf.
Can't get a blowjob from a vampire.
I was with Higan last night.
That's not sexy.
Oh, yeah?
Listen, they want you to be comfortable. So if you don't like your first pair, you can keep it, and they will still refund you. No questions asked.
Wait, how many times I can do that?
Not only
Yo, hey.
So go to MackWeldon.com and get 20% off using promo code MMA.
Capono code. What the fuck is that?
How's everybody doing? How you guys doing good?
Doing great, especially after that commercials, man.
You said you started going on Mack Weldon. It's better than whatever you.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this, like a men's shop in Atlanta?
It might be
This
Mack
sounds
Weldon.
like
Yeah, they have three.
Mack Weldon. We got boa constrictor.
Yeah.
We got.
That's one category. It's
And by the way, this is all based
There's
on
definitely
a
a
real
welding
story
company named Mack Weldon that's like,
of,
what the fuck is that?
Of me in Atlanta, and I forgot a belt.
Yes.
Right? I needed to dress up for something. I don't know. We're going to I think I was there as a guest for something somewhere. Fights though, and all I need is just a dress belt. That's it. Just a simple black dress belt.
Yep.
Fucking impossible. I go to every men's store around there, and they're like, "Oh, we got ivory, we got boa constrictor, we got ostrich," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Oh, we got alligator shoes to go with. Like, no,
That's because black folks like to look clean.
magenta.
Yeah. Or Merlot or whatever, or Cabernet. And you're going to do the three-quarter length.
Rose gold's nice.
Did you finally get one?
Yeah, they had to like dig in the back.
Oh,
I
nice.
swear they had to like get it out from underneath something.
I seen one time I follow, what's that guy's name? Bishop Don Magic Juan?
You follow him?
I saw it. No, well, I not in the old days. Like I just followed him.
Yeah.
You know, like I was me and my homeboy saw the guy, and we was like, "Oh shit, that's Bishop." And so we was on Melrose Avenue, and then he goes into one of these awful shops where they got the worst suits. You know, the worst shit they got possible.
Yeah.
You wonder how it stay in business. And then we just pretending to look at shit and just watching him pick out stuff. He's picking up he has an assistant.
Yeah.
And the guy show him like the worst shit you ever seen in your life. Some like head 3/4 length suit. And then he was like,
with parrots on the inside.
yeah. And then he's like, that's cold. He's like, that's cold.
Did you buy it?
I don't know, because we, eventually we had to slink out of there because, we didn't want to be like,
Groupies.
yeah. But it
TMZ.
was nice to see behind the scene.
Well, over the weekend, I actually it was my girl's birthday, so we went on a
Happy belated.
Thank you. So I took her on a balloon ride. You ever go on a balloon ride?
What kind of balloon? The one that went like that?
No, like Temecula, a big hot air balloon.
Oh, Temecula.
Yeah.
So you drank wine and hang out with.
Well, we went up there, right? We actually missed it the first time. We got there too late because they leave at 5:45.
How pissed off was you in the morning?
At 5:40 in the morning.
No, thank you. I don't care. No birthday, no wife, nobody.
Super romantic. Everyone passed out like super tired.
But it's pretty scary because it's like
because you're on a balloon.
You're in a wicker basket with fire.
You're in a picnic basket.
You, your girlfriend, and another man.
the fire was like burning my head. I swear to God.
Why you didn't take video of this shit?
The fire was way too close to me. I thought I was gonna have a big bald spot at the end of the balloon ride.
You thought?
I was from the top. I meant the back.
Give it time.
The back. So then like.
It's a yarmulke. Burn a hole in there.
Yeah, we can get you that sponsorship at some point.
I thought I was gonna have a yarmulke, right?
Oh.
And then like I'm there, and there's like 4 black women, you know, and then like 7 Asians
in
and
the
then
same balloon. Oh, so
How big of a?
this sounds like the worst.
There's more Asians than it's like. Oh,
But what about 4 black women and they got up at 5:45?
Yeah,
were they
like,
sassy?
Oh Lord.
Well, what happened was I kind of got when I get nervous, I start telling jokes, right?
Oh, I can only imagine. You've
so
got some sort of racist Tourette's going
So
on.
I started getting a little nervous because you're like,
Unbelievable.
I'm like, man, I could just jump out of here and die. That would be it, you know, like that. You're very close. So I started like
Choosing my first option.
I started having like my OCDs. So I asked the guy. so like the pilot, right? The pilot wanted to tell us the whole story and like about how he got into ballooning. And
I don't want to hear that.
How he sourced the balloon material.
Why he's talking about
This
that?
is a free-range jute.
He's not showing pictures of like the first balloon he ever flew and the second balloon.
This guy sounds fucking terrible.
Yeah.
He's a Punisher.
It's
Jesus
6
Christ.
o'clock in the morning.
He's
right?
supposed to be piloting the thing. He's doing that while he's trying to fly.
He's trying to make everyone comfortable, but everyone's laughing at his bad balloon jokes.
Oh, no.
Right?
Bad balloon jokes. I
so
imagine there's not a lot of good ones.
So then I was like, how many people? I've asked him like, how
Are
many
you
people
stealing some of his material? By
No,
the way?
but I was like, how many people actually jumped out of this, right? And everyone's like, huh? And then I was like, have balloons ever crashed? Have they ever got hit by lightning? By the third question, people were like, the black woman were like, oh, hell no! Right after my question.
Did she do a and any sort of fancy snaps?
Yes.
Oh, hell no.
That's exactly.
Where was they from? Did you talk to them?
No, they were nice.
But where were they from? You didn't ask?
I didn't ask.
He's like, you
I
get
would
their
have
num- you
made
get
some
their
hay
numbers?
with that.
Yeah, I was like, I had the Real Housewives of Compton with me on the, but it was fun. It was a fun balloon ride, and then afterwards we went to a petting zoo. They drop you off at a petting zoo.
Oh, that's where I saw a picture of you with a camel.
Yeah, the camel.
Just to calm you down.
I thought you was in
your face.
Mongolia.
No, I'm going to Mongolia.
But that's
next
what
week.
I thought. I didn't know. I
no.
thought you was already
Booking's
there.
tough, huh?
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
Fucking, it's hard to get a laugh.
You gotta get over
Going to
it.
Mongolia.
I'm going to China for the first
They're
time.
just going to throw like
Thursday.
empty vodka bottles at you when you're up there. That's all that's going to happen.
Have you ever been to China, Josh?
Surprisingly, no. Not besides an airport. But I do know people that have been in Mongolia.
Oh, really? What do they say about it?
Fantastic. Bring the family.
I'm going to Mongolia. I'm the first American
I hope you're a
comic
big
to
fan.
perform
You hear that? You hear that? He's the first American comic
to ever perform in
commit.
Mongolia.
Please fucking tape this.
Yeah, well, you better.
I got to see
If
all
you
these
don't, I quit.
Mongolians just like...
Yeah.
So that's what I did over the weekend.
You're doing some work.
Chewing on like some yak intestine.
Ugh.
So that was on Saturday, and then I had a show last night.
You playing the usual like 50-person yurts?
Yes, I am. I'm doing that exactly. It's so.
Fucking guy.
You got a translator? Is it like
No. It's like a lot of American GIs. A lot
Have
of
you
people
heard what
speak English.
Mongolian sounds like?
No.
Okay, so there was this kid. I say kid. He was massive. Who is so? There's this. He is the brother. I think he's the actual brother of this Mongolian that lives here in L.A. Hollywood named Biamba. Biamba does. Yeah. See, he does a lot of commercial work, but he became famous for doing sumo. I think he's done sumo in Japan, but he also does. There's a World Sumo League. I'm real hip into fucking sumo, I guess. Whatever.
Right.
So I know that seems like that'd be more of Alyssa's kind of thing.
Right. Oh yeah. That's
Oh
fine.
yeah, Alyssa. Fuck.
So what happened?
I had to do a thing.
His brother was like a blue belt in jiu-jitsu and did Mongolian sumo and wrestling and what have you. And my buddy Jay Tan brings him to me. He goes, "Okay, hey man, this kid, he's an amateur. I want to see if you can take him under your wing." Like, all right, cool. You know, my wing's big enough.
Yeah.
And this fucking kid, man, he's just like, all right, it's the first thing I wanted to sign up for this jiu-jitsu tournament. He's gonna do gi and no gi same day. Okay, no problem. He'll do it. Okay. So I go and I start trying to look up some Mongolian terms. Just simple shit to say to him.
Yeah.
And everything is like, it's like some variant of Klingon. And I'm just going, okay, so choke is bosoch. He's like, bosoch. And then if I say bosoch, no. Like, what did I just say? Did I say your mom's cunt? Did I just say, I don't know what I'm saying, but I need you to choke this son of a bitch at some point. So if it sounds like I'm having some sort of allergy attack, please finish the match. And so, I'm sitting here just trying to make this thing happen. The kid goes out there and just absolutely annihilates everyone. I'm like, okay, maybe we don't do intermediate and blue belt next time.
Right. Oh really?
Yeah. And then he fights once for Jay's organization, beats the living crap out of a dude smiling the whole time.
Oh, that amateur
and
MMA?
then, MMA, and then just disappears into Mongolia, never to be seen again.
Wow.
He did a big
Rides off on
commercial.
his yak.
He did a big
Well,
guy.
Biamba does, yeah.
Yeah,
But
Biamba.
but his
protege.
his brother. What was his name? Also, funny story. This old dude at the gym, this like old KG vet. I don't know what he did to this kid. I don't know how, because serious language barrier. But this kid, Unaru, that was his name. Unaru hated the fuck out of this dude Jay, and would just literally try to murder him every time they sparred. But he couldn't because Jay was about 190 and just cagey and good and slick and just a overall mean sort of. He's like that grandpa that knows all those tricks and like pulls
Right.
your fingernail off while you're just trying to play with him. So maybe you had different grandpas than I did, but fucking Unaru hated him. It couldn't have been more clear. And every time they get in the cage and Jay, he didn't care. He's like, well, let's go. And this kid would try to throw everything he had at this guy, and he's like 250, 240, and he would lose every time and just get madder.
Right.
So Mongolian comedy.
Yeah, so they're a real.
I'm excited. So I'm going to China this Thursday. I'm doing 8 different shows.
Watch out, they're not sick a hawk on you.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. For first time ever in China. I've been to Japan. I've been to Korea. I've been to Singapore.
You said that like it's just that's
But I've
a
never
little
been-
different.
I've never been to
A little
China,
different.
but I'm excited. So how are you doing? What's going on with you?
Are you going to Mongolia?
No, I'm not. I'm
I
gonna
don't
stay here. I'm
fucking
not
give
gonna.
a fuck.
But you're going to
I'm not gonna
Pennsylvania.
I am going to
Like
Pennsylvania.
Mongolia
Yes.
in some parts.
There's probably a couple Mongolian beef over there, and I'm doing a little East Coast weekend over there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing a Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Oh, check out the Amish, man.
Awesome.
Get some
You gonna
shoe
go
fly,
out to
get
the
some shoe fly
countryside?
pie over there.
Yeah,
Butter.
we're gonna get all kinds of stuff over
Butter.
there. We're gonna get a water.
Craftsman furniture.
Handmade,
A water ice.
churned.
You just want a water ice? We're gonna have a water ice, and we're gonna have. Then I'm going to where I'm going to
Jersey.
Gary Chonin's
Hershey
place.
Park?
No,
You gotta
no.
get some,
Well,
you're gonna
Hershey's
get some
Park.
Arn. Some Arn.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
Arn beer. Yeah.
I don't know what
Gotta
Arn.
go down to John Eggle.
I don't know what
Get
that
yourself
one.
some Arn. Go get some put some jimmies on your ice cream.
What? Oh, that's in the fucking Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Now you're
Okay.
excited? Now, have you ever hooked up with any
Yins
Philly
and
girls?
yins.
Philly girls. Did I ever hang with Yin's Philly girls? I probably have. I can't think
They're
about
rough.
it.
I mean, if they
What?
want you, they're going to take you.
They have that accent for
Just
sure.
hit you with them brass knuckles.
They can have me, Boha.
Yes.
They can have me. I'm open.
I actually was pretty vocal media-wise when I was fighting in Jersey last year, I think it was.
Who'd you fight?
Rothwell. And I'm like, yo, I really want some Yinzer to come up and just barrage me with fucking jumpers and whatever, just all the shit that they say. I don't care if I know what it is or anything. I just think it's hilarious.
I do kind of miss those East Coast women. I mean, not that I'm married, I don't miss it that much. But the East Coast women, like, if they like you, you know. Like, it's not like out here.
They don't
sort of,
pussyfoot around.
They
Yeah.
play hard to get.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, I want to
put
bang
Tenactin
you.
on those pussyfoots. They
Oh.
make sure they're nice and
Yeah, they
ready
had
to
it.
go.
They had it for that.
What
The
about you,
tough act
Josh?
and
Are you dating anybody or?
No, not as such. I'm just out kind of doing my thing. But I remember the first time I was ever really in New York, and I'm just walking down the street. There's this gorgeous lady coming the other way. I kind of glance up and look at her. She just dead on, just bing, bing, bing. I'm like, fuck, man. There's like no kidding around here. It's
Yeah.
like, if they think, if
So
they
what,
like
what
they
did you do?
I was like, holy shit. Well, one, I had a girlfriend, so I wasn't gonna do nothing.
Ah.
But
Well, it should have been me. I wouldn't have cared.
yeah.
Especially if she was Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Was she?
She did kind of seem Puerto Rican, actually.
told
but,
you.
So I'm walking, I'm like, holy shit. So I turn around to be like, did she really do that? She fucking turns back, gives me a smile, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's a whole.
Direct.
I think
Get
they
it.
may be the most aggressive women in the world.
And the next one threw a knife at me. That's how I know it was real.
What's the worst? Wait, what's the worst accent out of all those one? What's
Boston.
I was just
Boston.
gonna fucking say
Boston
that.
It's
Yeah.
retarded.
It's good
Boston.
for
Boston.
guys.
Bag
I like hearing a guy talk like that. It's funny to me. But when you see a fine-looking girl, she have that
I
accent.
like that.
Really?
But I'm
not
from-
that one. Not that
That
one.
could kill a boner so quick.
That one. That one
Yeah.
is hard. You know what else is hard? Illinois. Like
Chicago.
Like
Yeah,
my
police.
mom. I
Police,
went to my
yeah.
mom's house and passion fruit iced tea, and I'm like, wow,
Passion.
passion.
I think Australian is my favorite.
That's
Australian,
cute. That's cute.
British,
Australia's
Nice.
pretty nice.
South American.
All
are
that
pretty
shit
good.
is nice, but all the American ones in that fucking those harsh. No.
I gotta tell you, now normally people probably wouldn't say German, right? But I used to date this German girl, gorgeous,
Oh, I
and she would speak German, and it's kind of like this low, sultry voice. Oh,
I could enjoy that. I could enjoy that. I
sounded
don't
like a
mind.
total different language. And then she could scream at me, and I'm like, "Fuck, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'll put it back. Sorry."
I'll put it back. Oh God.
Now, Andrew, your
what
girl's
she
moving,
says.
right?
My girl is moving.
Now,
What?
Minnesota.
They've been together for how long?
No.
And you've been together for how long?
2 years, yeah.
She's moving away from
You
you.
going to prison?
Yeah. What the fuck is
Her
happening?
dad bought her a condo in Minnesota.
Because he's trying to get her the fuck away
Yeah,
from the likes of you.
You still dating that?
He said, "Listen, I'll buy you a fucking condo. I'll do anything."
I feel like that's what's kind of happening.
Is that what's
Like,
happening?
you're still
really?
dating this guy? I'm like, I'm doing all right. I'm like,
And
I'm doing okay.
So what are you gonna do?
We're gonna try the long distance thing, and
Wow, you're bumming us out.
I personally was against it, but she wants to try it, so I think
Why
out
you-
of like respect to we've been dating, I'm like, I'll give it a shot for a little bit, but
But open kind of don't ask, don't tell, or
no.
Oh no, just you can be
Yeah,
faithful and jerk yourself
yeah,
off to sleep.
yourself-
Jerk yourself
I'll
to
be
sleep.
While you're crying.
Who's
I
dating
work
this-
a lot, so it's like she'll visit once a
Is
month.
she taking the
It'll be
dog or
all right.
no?
Oh, once a
my
month.
dog.
Boom.
That's your
That's
dog.
cool. I could sustain that.
She's very cute. I met her.
having
I mean,
sex
how old is
once.
she? She's younger.
My girlfriend's 25.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
What do you? I mean, has it ever worked long distance?
Wait, how old are you at this point?
I'll be 32 in like a week.
So the,
some
that's
shit I
not
would
bad.
do.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
Really? Well, no. If you were him, what would you do, Josh?
Well, for one, okay, there's a lot of fucking context to all of this that I am not privy to. So if
Okay.
I'm him, I can't make that kind of declaration. Not
But you are
honestly.
him in this fantasy.
Well, first thing I do is I'd cut that fucking hair.
Hey, wait a second. Wait a second. He look gorgeous.
That had nothing to do with. All right, so you cut the hair.
Sit down and let us see your locks.
Yeah. All right. Let them flow.
That's
Let them
the
flow. Come on. Someone needs the condition.
All right, he does look.
No,
like
he
Rosie
looks like
O'Donnell. Rosie
a
O'Donnell.
young, what's his name? He said Jose O'Donnell. No,
The show's coming back.
A young Jim
It's
Belushi.
topical. It's topical.
Jim
All right.
Belushi.
All right, go
All right.
on.
wait, who with the hair? No, leave the hair because this is part of the process.
Oh,
let it
dye
dry
it
out.
blonde and be Adrian Adonis.
All right.
No, okay.
All right,
so
go
here's-
on.
I,
Or
don't,
Gene
I can't
Simmons.
speak
Gene
for what
Simmons
she-
in what's the movie with?
Runaway.
Yeah,
With his heat-seeking bullets.
yeah. There was a movie Underwear.
His little bugs.
Science fiction. Forget it. Gene Simmons was the
dope.
bad guy.
Hair's good.
It is
Hair's
nice.
not bad.
do
Well, you
have
don't
it.
have it. You miss
Underwear
it.
was dope too because
Runaway was fucking dope.
Gene
It had,
Simmons and
Gene
what's his
Simmons
name from
and,
Magnum PI?
Tom Selleck.
Tom
Selleck.
Selleck was the hero. It was a futuristic.
All right. So first thing you do is cut the hair. Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
the thing
All
is,
right. So, okay.
I like that.
a long distance relation. I mean, some people I know people that have made them work, and for me, it's not just about getting a regular piece of ass, although that's important. It is about I mean, I think it can be healthy. It can be good. It can be a good measuring stick.
But
in terms
Minnesota,
of,
California.
well, I mean, fuck it, whatever. I mean, anywhere you hang your hat can be your home, honestly. But the biggest thing is, like, adversity is where you find out what kind of relationship you have. So if there is a possibility for you and this girl to go further, like all the way to Adamland, then by going through some shit like this is the way you figure it out.
Yeah, we'll give it a try. I don't know. We'll see.
The way I look at it, if it's
Her sister just had a baby, so she, like,
God,
and then
Is it yours?
the dad left.
Oh, nice.
So like,
I-
she's
I've
gonna help
been
out her
there.
sister. It's like a
Oh,
family
well, you've
thing.
been there. What, you left?
Yo.
You've been the dad.
I know what he's going through.
Oh, but did your dad?
Are you
leave?
gonna be my brother?
No, I mean I was well, I could be. It depends on how fine is the girl.
So do you think it's gonna work?
Yeah.
I personally I don't. But here's the problem. If she's going away for like a year to go to school or a couple, then you go, okay, this is worth it. Well, I don't go like that, but people
She's
who want a
planting her feet
relationship.
there. Yeah.
Then if it's like an indefinite thing, what? He's going to just have that for fucking ever? Come on.
Well, I'll tell you-
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
what the hell? I'm like, it's going pretty good
if you
here.
guys-
Start
are on this-
tapering off.
Yeah,
now.
if you guys are on the same page, then I think that no matter whether it's 1 year or 2 years or whatever, then it will meet itself back up where it needs to be. Two really close friends of mine, Amir and Kathleen, they both, for their PhDs,
Amir.
had to be in different parts of the country. One was in Chicago, the other one was in Alaska.
Chicago.
And they would find their ways to meet
Amir, the
here
guy
and
that
there.
fought Gary Goodridge. Is that Amir?
No, that's Amir Hanavar.
Oh.
Yeah, no, this is Amir.
That's
Alam.
Amir Hanavar. Do you know that story about him fighting Gary Goodrich?
Wait, he like took acid the week before.
Yeah, well, no. Check this out. So he
And then he believed he was fighting Gary Goodridge?
No, this is crazy.
Turns out he was.
He goes to Pride to Japan to fight Gary Good. No, to fight some dude in Pride, and then the fight is off because the guy's injured. Somehow the guy pulled out of the fight.
Yeah.
So then he's pissed off. He don't know what to do. He made it all the way to Japan. Then he's in some kind of casino shit area. And then he's like, fuck it, let's do some mushrooms or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's
Oh,
doing
yeah, you
mushrooms.
used to be able to buy mushrooms on the street
Okay,
in Japan.
so he did some mushroom, and then the promoter comes up and finds him while he's fucked up on one, and he have Gary Goodridge with him, and he go, Amir, we got an opponent for you. It's fine. While he's tripped out on fucking, so now he gotta fight this guy very soon the next day, and he said he was still having the effects when they had the stare down, in the press shit, and he said that.
Gary
So anyway,
Goodridge's head is just,
he
like,
ended up
elongating.
he ended up getting knocked out by Gary Goodridge.
Yeah, after Gary went woo.
But Gary Goodridge afterwards told him, because he didn't know about the mushrooms, he said, you was like the first guy I looked at, and I was kind of scared because I looked in your eyes and I thought you was out of your fucking mind.
Hey, well,
but
you know
he didn't know about that.
You know what? During that
imagine
fight, he was
shit.
getting hit
Seeing
by Gary and
rainbows
talking
and-
shit the whole time. Like, he was just getting pounded. He's like, you ain't so bad. It doesn't hurt. Like, I watched that fight, and I was like, this dude's insane. This was my first coach, MMA coach. It was this guy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, me on mushrooms, I might get scared by a siren that's outside. I'm not trying to fight Gary Goodridge.
My favorite Gary Goodridge story is when he goes to Brazil, and they tell him no rules. And he gets there like, hey, you can't.
Well, they say you can't you can't hit the balls.
Well, they said you can't headbutt, you can't bite, and he was so angry about that because he wanted.
You can't bite?
Yeah, because he wanted to bite and headbutt.
Makes sense.
So he said in the middle of the fight, he goes up against the cage, he removes the guy's cup, grabs the guy's balls, and squeezes.
Well, he
as hard as
reaches
he can.
inside
You
the
seen
guy's.
this shit?
So it was like no groin strikes.
That's legal.
So
then.
he reached in the guy's pants.
Oh my goodness.
He stroked him a little bit,
Caralho.
but he'd already spit on his hand, so it was
got
kind.
him a little excited.
So now the guy's like, okay, cool, man. This guy's he's considerate. And then it was like, and then this fucking arm wrestling world champion grabs this dude's junk
And then the guy taps, and the whole crowd starts booing.
What organization?
because there's no finish.
What organization? Unhappy.
It's a double entendre. Yeah.
But yeah, that was hilarious. He goes, and I asked him about it. He goes, yeah, I squeezed nuts and made peanut butter. That's like his go-to line.
Oh.
Well, look.
Creamy?
Here's the thing.
How do you put this
Creamy
up?
nut butter.
Who fucking thinks? You know what I should do right now in this fight?
Yeah.
Stick my hand in this guy's crotch and grab his
I
fucking
can't
dick.
imagine.
But
Grab his
Maybe
balls.
Gary's a little,
Maybe he's definitely an odd cat. I mean, I've known Gary a long time. I'm glad that he is odd.
But back in
Yeah, I've never. I wouldn't even think to squeeze somebody's. I mean, maybe get a hold of one testicle and tear that fucker off. But I'm not gonna sit down there and try to test my grip strength.
But back in the day when Kerr was fighting and those guys, I mean, they were digging.
Who,
they were-
Steve
they-
Kerr?
Mark Kerr.
Oh.
They were putting their chins in people's wounds.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's fine.
Were we doing stuff like that?
Why not?
If
I think
possible,
that's
yeah.
absolutely, that's fine.
Renato,
I
what was
think.
this crazy thing you ever done in a fight?
Involving a bloody gash.
Oh God! The crazy thing I ever did in a fight. I'm trying to. I blew up. No, I don't know. I can't think of that one.
Didn't you stop a guy's heart?
I might have did
then
that.
restarted?
I stomp a guy's chest. I stomp his heart out. I
What
did
about on
something
Sesame
like that.
Favela? Any fights?
Sesame Favela. There was a lot of stuff. That was the old days. Anything
The
went.
fur was flying.
Anything was to go at that point. Grovino.
Yeah.
I got some pictures to show you on that one. But back to the ball stuff.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It remind me, I posted a one the other day on Instagram. Gene Hackman was grabbed that guy in Mississippi Barney. You remember?
I don't.
That's nice.
All right.
It's a good one.
It's
on
a
there.
good ball grab?
If
As
you
far as
look,
ball grabs are going.
look on my Instagram, Renato_Laranja, you can watch. I just put that scene
Yeah.
where he said, "You don't go mistaking me for some whole other buddy."
Well, I had a show last night. I had two shows last night. First at Dime Bar.
Whose balls do you grab?
Well, it was one of those things. I'm on stage, and there were these three girls in the crowd, and it was a good crowd, but these three hot women. But one of them had their back to me on their phone the whole
Ah,
time.
come on.
That's a no-no.
Nothing
That's
is
party
so
foul for real.
annoying.
Yeah,
And then the
why
other-
be there?
No good.
Yeah. And so I'm on stage, and at first I'm making fun. I'm like, "Oh, I bet you love it, doggy style." Kind of.
Cause she's behind.
Yeah, kind of making jokes about it, or talking about how the kids these days. But then the girl was like, "Well, I don't find you funny," and then so I go to the crowd. Who here finds me funny? Everyone's like, "Woo!" So I'm like, "You've been rounded off, right?" And then I got them back, but they got me because the girl was continued to be rude, and I kind of lost it. I lost my cool a little bit. Like they say.
Of course.
Did you Michael Richards her?
No, I didn't
yeah.
do that.
Was
But-
she black?
No, she was white.
What did he say? I can't even remember what Michael Hitchens said.
Oh,
what did
he
he
said-
He
even
said, "You bad person, you.
Yeah.
You're so stupid.
What is that? What he
I
said?
forgot what he said. So, but then I had another show at the Ha right afterwards. So that's the good thing about comedy. At fighting, you have a bad night at comedy. At fighting, you have to wait 6 months, a year, 2 years.
For you, it could be another 5 minutes.
Yeah. Basically, you're like, I have another show in an hour. I'm like, okay.
You just fucking up all over again.
I'm like, let me learn from this. Let me learn from this.
You mean to keep you cool?
I was already kind of in a bad mood from other shit that went down.
Yeah.
So I go there, and the crowd's good. And I go, oh, there were these two girls with some other girl who has short hair. So I'm like, oh, are you a lesbian? And it's a guy. And he's like, no. And I'm like, great. So
But that's even
But
funny.
you do like
yeah.
women.
And so like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
they
then
got a lot in common.
Or not.
So then I was like, but he was a good sport. They were fun. But it reminded me of a time I was on a cruise ship, and there was a
And you hit an iceberg.
no, there was a guy. There was a guy in a tank top with another guy, and I'm like, oh, sir, sorry that I guess that tank top didn't come with muscles or something, right?
Okay.
And then he goes, it was a girl. so then he's like, so the boyfriend was like, that's a woman. And I go, oh no, I meant the guy behind you, but there was no one behind him. So
But everybody thought you was a genius comedian.
Everybody turned around. There was no one there.
Then he jumped off the stage. He was gone. Just disappeared like the fucking shadow.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Wow.
But but anyway, it was okay. So.
Well, so you didn't insult like a party of black women this time?
No.
A hot air balloon.
No, absolutely not.
By the way, speaking of Pride,
Yes.
this used to be where the headquarters of Pride USA was.
You mean Pride Festival quarters?
In this building?
Yeah, in this
Really?
building. Yeah.
That
I
makes
used
me
to-
feel better about my job.
I used to come up here and sit in.
This floor, no?
And I don't remember. But I used to sit in
Who-
their
Florida.
office and listen to how they were gonna just fuck everything up and not really do their job and be a part of the whole process that led it into its demise. So they were doing a great job.
Cool.
I would say.
Okay.
Are you okay, buddy?
Who's the
What
guy
is
that
your
you-
thing with your?
I'm not okay. Every time I do this fucking show, they give me the mic that only goes to here.
Okay.
And I'm one of the taller
Okay,
people
okay,
that was on the
okay.
fucking thing.
All right,
Josh, who's the guy in Pride that you wish you would have fought? Anybody?
Fyodor. I mean, that would have been the big fight.
I thought that was gonna happen a couple times.
Yeah, it could have.
It could still
Do you
happen.
still want to fight him or no?
I don't really like. I don't have like a personal drive, desire, like, oh, I gotta fight him. But I like to fight him just because I like him, and in a way, maybe that seems a little weird and morbid. That like, oh, you really like that guy, so you want to punch him in the face.
But beating.
That's
Fyodor
why you
now-
slapped me in the chest earlier.
Yeah.
Because you always wanted to
But I
slap
didn't
me in
grab
the
your balls
chest.
yet.
True,
So-
but that's next.
Just because he's a legend, he's awesome, and just to compete against him is somewhat akin to, in some ways, competing with him. And so, we both get glory out of being in the ring like that. To me, like going out there and going into battle with someone is about as high of an accomplishment as you can do. So I would love it, but it's not like I want to kick his ass or blah,
Right.
blah, blah. I just, I really respect him. He's an amazing warrior, and we're both athletes in this sport. So in that sense, sure, would love to fight him. But he's in Bellator, I'm in UFC.
Well, Bellator signed Frank Mir. Is that where you think that fight that's going to go? It's going to be Mir versus Fedor?
If they're smart, yeah. I mean, you got two guys that are long in the tooth, but with a great. What?
I always like that.
He just thinks of
expression.
walruses.
No, I always like that expression. Always make me laugh for some reason.
Yeah.
To call somebody fucking long in the truth.
Yeah, like Dracula.
Well, yeah. Or Nosferatu. More like
So-
it, because he have that
Yeah,
one
and
like
the
that.
front.
Yeah, though he have the front.
buck tooth fangs.
I like that one.
I guess
Or did you
Matt
saw?
had a shorter tooth.
Did you?
All right, go on.
Did you saw that movie, that New Zealand one?
I
Like a-
fucking knew you were
seen that
gonna.
shit?
Yes, what we do in
Yeah.
shadows.
And the guy Steven or whatever, yeah, that fucking guy.
That
Anyway,
movie had me
check.
dying on an
Sorry,
airplane.
check that movie though. It's called What We Do in the Shadows.
It is.
It's like a
awesome.
fake documentary about these fucking
These three
vampires.
vampires living in an
In New
apartment
Zealand.
or in a house all together.
Yeah.
You need a job.
No, I do got a job. This is the one you're gonna start.
Hey, he's on Rotten Tomatoes.
All
yeah.
right, go on. So Fedor, who
what
wins?
was it,
Mir,
Movie
so
Geek?
who wins, Mir or Fedor?
You are Fedor.
Mir.
Oh,
Mir.
he sound like he said me or Fedor.
Shorter wins.
Federal.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's father?
Even after what happened with
Like
Mitrione?
Dostoevsky?
Yeah,
Well,
Fedor.
because he has a hard-
Yes, yes.
Even what happened
Yes,
with
yes.
I like Yak. I prefer Yakov Smirnov.
even what happened with Mitrione?
Well, yes. I mean, Mir has no punching ability.
Amir?
But I just, I don't see him. I think Fyodor lights him up. I just think he's got quicker hands and he's a heavier hitter. Frank's often kind of slow out the gate, and
Did he ever connect with you, Amir?
I don't recall him ever really hitting.
That fight was kind of a wipeout.
fast,
You
right?
remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He kind of huffed him up. It reminded me of like a hockey, just
Yeah.
up against the fucking
There's a
thing.
bit of that. Give me your money.
Bully.
We needed
yeah,
the
look at a
glass.
bully
We
fight.
needed the glass
It was,
on there, the
it was,
hockey.
one of the opening scenes in RoboCop when RoboCop finally shows up, basically.
Now you said Crow Cop hit you the hardest, right?
Oh yeah, that guy fucking good. Why are you laughing? You know
No,
what
just
you know what I'm
RoboCop.
talking about, the
I
two
just-
thugs, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so this week is the biggest event. They're calling it the biggest event in
We're
combat
talking about
sports.
LFA, which I'm going to
Yes,
That is
commentate
exactly
this
what we're
Friday.
talking
Yes, we're
about.
talking about
In Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so I'll see your girl.
Shit, she's
Yes.
out there, yeah.
Everybody is talking about this
Bobby-
elephant.
for
Bobby
family.
Lee is fighting.
Everybody's
he's
talking
5-1.
about this one.
No, we're talking about the biggest. They're calling it the biggest event in combat sports history.
is.
I don't believe it's the biggest event in combat sports history.
I think it is.
You think this is bigger than?
It's the biggest
No,
spectacle.
It's big now for sure.
It's
It's the
enormous.
big spectacle.
You think it's bigger than Ali Frazier?
Well, I think back in Ali Frazier, there was no like social media. Like there's this inflation of eyes. That's really what I think.
It's
it
not
was.
better than Ali Frazier, but
No,
maybe it's
no.
more of
Well,
a
the
crazy.
fight has to happen.
Yeah.
True.
So we can't really. I mean, this could
But
be
it's cool.
an amazing fight. Could
You,
be.
you think it's the biggest event in combat sports history?
No.
What do you think's bigger?
I'd say the super fight was bigger, which was Hearns and
but-
I'm sorry, Hagler
Hagler.
and
Leonard.
Leonard.
But how do we gauge this? By eyeballs? Because eyeballs is probably going
Eyeballs
to be
and
the biggest.
revenue is what they're
Well,
basing it
eyeballs
off
and
of.
revenue are. I mean, you have
It's
to
always
scale
going to
it.
inflate.
You got to scale it back to the era that you compare apples to apples as best as you can. But there's more people in the world now. There's more connectivity with the internet. It's not fucking fair, right?
But this would be like if Chuck Norris took on like Marvin Hagler.
But like Joe Louis, Max Schmeling. Was
That's
that,
another one, Max
That's
Schmeling.
massive.
That was a massive fight.
But that was
the rematch.
Nazis
Wait,
versus.
Schmeling won the first one. No, he lost that one. It was
No, Schmeling.
Won the first, lost the second.
Schmeling won the first. Yeah.
Oh man, Joe Louis. That's one of my favorites.
Something
The
else.
Brown Bomber.
but like
he's
te-
fucking incredible.
He was
One of the
light-skinned
only
too.
things
He's the
I ever. I used to always take a photo with that statue in the MGM.
Yeah, he was something else. The Brown Bomber.
Well, whether or not it's the biggest, it's arguable.
It's massive. It's a big deal. Yeah.
Now, here's my prediction. The fight starts off.
Hold on,
McGregor's-
everybody. Here we go.
McGregor's gonna throw huge bombs in the first and second. A lot of oohs and ahs.
Okay.
Maybe he lands one or two, but nothing flush. Okay. By the third, fourth, fifth, then we start seeing the difference in skill. By the sixth or seventh, Mayweather takes him out via strikes. Too many strikes. Gets hit too much.
You think he takes him out?
Takes him out. They're gonna stop it.
Interesting.
Based on he's gonna be against the rope, and Mayweather's gonna throw 30 punches in a row. Fight's gonna be over.
I
Not
think
bad.
it's going to go fifth or sixth round after McGregor having some difficulty really landing clean on McGregor, who's so hard, or
On Mayweather.
Mayweather, who's so hard to hit. His defense is incredible, so fantastic. And the thing is, other lefties have tried to really lay it on him and have not been successful. People that are probably more likely going to throw double the volume that McGregor will over this fight, over the 6 rounds, and they still don't hit him. And they all have punching power too, like a Pacquiao. But Alvarez is not a lefty, but he can certainly hit. Or is he a lefty? I don't recall.
No, I think he's not.
Eddie?
Canelo.
Canelo.
No,
But that guy can fucking bang, right?
He can. He
Couldn't-
can.
Didn't hit him with
Not
the shot
not the
from
same. Not exactly the same size. Canelo's a small guy, smaller.
Yeah, but I mean,
Plenty
all
smaller.
he does is box. I mean, when it comes to chunking them and smashing someone with a fist, I mean,
McGregor is boxing. I think he said. at
So
one
what's your
point.
prediction? Renato?
I'm gonna go out on the limbs over here.
you go out on those limbs.
No, okay. So obviously, look, everybody know the
Fifth or sixth
the,
TKO
the, the,
exhaustion.
the smarter thing is to say, of course, Mayweather gonna
Definitely
win or
don't do
whatever.
it smart.
Okay,
Don't do
but
that.
but no, I'm saying but for me, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I believe you might think I'm crazy. I think that he actually have a chance to win by a knockout.
You think, forget about chance. What's your prediction on what's going to happen?
What are you doing over here? Get out of there.
What's your prediction on what's going to happen?
He's a cop. Get that shit out of here.
You'd be the worst cop.
No, I
I have
got
a story for that.
I got McGregor winning 3:43 of the third round by knockout TKO.
That could be a bit difficult.
You think
4-minute rounds.
3:43, huh?
McGregor's
Well,
gonna
how
win
much? How much?
a 3-minute round?
Maybe 43 seconds.
There's a
too?
3-minute round?
Yeah.
No, no.
Boxing.
Yeah, three.
Oh, my bad. We're gonna go.
So during the break, he's gonna go punch him.
We're gonna go
not gonna answer the bell.
late third
Late
round.
third round, McGregor.
Yeah,
Are you putting any money on this?
Yeah.
How much?
probably $100
All right.
because the
Wow.
the payoff is
pay for
the
your body?
payoff. The payoff is worth it.
I'll tell you what. If you're gonna put money out there, the only person worth betting on
Yeah.
is McGregor.
No, I got people betting me straight up.
Or
No, that's
to
stupid.
bet like specific things like Mayweather in the
Prop
fifth or
bets,
by
yeah.
yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing that I don't agree with most people that I know that are smart about boxing. Think that he's gonna knock Conor.
346 in the third, huh?
Yeah. But he
I
think
just
that
want to make sure I get this correct.
he thought Conor.
Go on, come on, man. We're on TV now.
Yeah, I know.
All right, go
Let's
on.
class this up.
We're not
'Cause it
just
works
on
so well
TV.
for us.
We're not just on TV. We're on Pluto TV.
Yes, not just
Okay.
TV.
So, but I do not believe that Mayweather knock out Conor. I do not believe that, or TKO. I don't believe. I believe outclass, fine, but to knock him out, I don't know about that.
Andrew, what's your thought?
I don't know. I've been thinking about this like crazy. I'm leaning towards Conor.
Come on.
I am. I think he's a little weird. I think he's a little big.
So are you, but that means but you're not beating him.
But I didn't knock out Eddie Alvarez or anyone else. Like I don't have that style. He's got great hands. I think his movement will throw Floyd off. I also can see the fight turning into any other Floyd fight.
So what's
After the first couple rounds, Floyd kind of running away and not getting hit.
So your prediction is?
I'll go Conor KO in the fourth. Yeah.
I love it.
I met you.
I've never rooted against Floyd ever, and I'm not rooting against him.
This is proof.
I'm picking against him. I'm not.
No, I met
I'm
you at
not-
Justin Fortune's gym.
Yep.
Have you trained with pro boxers?
Yeah.
Which ones have you trained with?
What's that Armenian dude that was over there? He was a
Oh, yeah, he was good.
very good.
You know what I'm talking about? The guy that
Oh, Gennady Golovkin.
no, the guy that
McLaughlin's on.
that Edmund trained for a second, for a couple fights, but then he kept getting knocked out. He was like that.
Wait,
one-
Edmund trained him and he got knocked
No,
out?
he was good. Vic Tarshinian, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Vic Tarshinian. Now, how did you do against Vic Tarshinian?
Not great. I did all right. I didn't get knocked out or anything. I was thrown in there as like a.
But you had 50
as a
pounds on
round
him,
guy.
right?
As a round guy, I was like 170 at the time.
You once, and he fought at 135.
135, 140. Yeah.
And you didn't do very well.
Did all right. Like I said, I'm
different.
not Conor McGregor,
different.
and Conor's got great hands. It's like
Conor is
you
good,
can't compare my life to Conor's life. It's like I'm more of an analyst, kind of step back type of guy.
You were still a pro fighter
yeah.
with 9 wins.
Yeah.
Who's the best boxer you ever trained with, Josh?
I would say Joe Hanks. He was ranked 20th in the world, something like that, heavyweights. I used to train. Well, I have a boxing coach. I've had boxing coaches for a while. Most for the last few fights, I was working with Jamal Mustafa. And
Jamal Mustafa.
And he
Knowledge
trains
knowledge
Joe
of
Hanks
stuff.
and his other big guy that he was working with.
Now, how did you do against Joe
The other
Hanks?
guy, Chom Hank.
Was Prince Charles.
Oh yeah, Prince Charles
Martin.
Williams.
Charles Martin.
Oh,
Who won an NABO title.
What about
and
Prince
an
Hodges
IBF
Nelson?
Or IBO title. He fought Joshua for a title fight.
Who the fuck is Joshua?
Anthony
Oh,
Joshua.
you mean Anthony Joshua? I thought you just meant the guy.
Not this Joshua.
The first name Joshua.
But no, I mean
Joshua's
those
big.
guys. I mean Charles is 6'7" lefty. Not super fast, plays long, and he's not. But his straight left is fucking heavy. Puts it on the point.
You were the UFC champion, and when you sparred against pro boxers, a guy ranked 20th in the world. How did you do?
I did pretty good.
Like,
I mean,
see?
I mean, for the most part, I've been boxing a while, and Joe would come in and help me prep for my fight. I've helped him prep for his stuff. I've been Charles's sparring partner as well, and so we get in there and we go round after round after round after round. I also would spar this other kid that was a Romanian Olympian, who was like 270, and 6'7", you know?
What
And
was
so
he
I-
an Olympian at?
Boxing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, I don't know. I
you
mean,
do
he could
that.
have did the floor work or whatever. What's the hip?
Rhythmic
the
gymnastics.
ribbon. The ribbon.
Yeah, he didn't
He
stand
could have
a
been
chance.
popping and locking. I don't know what the fuck this Romanian guy is
But
doing.
like, so Stipe called out Anthony Joshua.
Oh God, everybody's gonna call out everybody.
How,
of course.
Do you think Stipe's got a shot?
Not really.
That's not gonna happen.
No.
Why not?
really.
This thing's gonna
Well,
do
for
millions.
one, he's the UFC champ. They're not letting any fucking champion.
Yeah.
He's got to have a
So
range.
actually,
That's
that's
different.
true.
That's
That's
different.
true.
I think
So
it's very
Connor.
different. I think it's very different.
No, you have a point. You have a point. McGregor used that. He went after it in the way that Nick was trying to before, with getting licensed as a boxing as a boxer, which then brings in the Ali Act, which brings in which then gets into combat with those UFC contracts, and then there was no way of really stopping him.
Half
And so
of this-
yeah, maybe Stipe could make
Well,
something
let's say-
like that
but
happen.
this
No,
thing makes
they don't have the same.
Boxers aren't really that.
Floyd
hyped
and
to go
Connor
make
have that
this happen, though.
comparison, though. Of
But
like
this thing makes
money
$200 billion. I mean,
No,
Stipe
hold
is
on.
gonna.
But
wanna do
Anthony
it.
Joshua and Stipe Miocic.
It's not the same
no.
stuff.
And I think Stipe.
Stipe is great. As
Yeah,
They'll
a,
get a
Joshua
couple
was
hundred
better
thousand
boxer.
buys.
Both of those guys is great.
500,000 buys, maybe.
look, both of those guys is great.
Maybe.
Both of
Those are
those
the UFC
guys.
fans.
If Stipe fought a Klitschko, that'd be a different story.
He's called out Klitschko too. He's calling out everybody.
They're
They're
retired
both of them.
and
They
rich
could come
as
out.
fuck.
True.
And dating like celebrities.
I can't
Yeah.
believe, by the way, Vladimir Banks, whatever her name
Why
is.
can't you believe
That
that?
girl is so tiny.
That's why.
Yeah.
met her
well,
at a
whatever.
party. I'm not going to say the guy's name because he was so wasted. And
You could have just said that and not say that he was wasted, but whatever.
Oh, it was, that's true. Yeah,
True, true.
But this guy was. He comes up to me at some point. He's like, "Hey, I used to do Aikido," and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
"Okay."
Sensei Seagal.
Where is this conversation? No, it was not. Where is this conversation going? He's like, "Yeah, I used to train." I'm like, "Well, it's good to do martial arts."
Martial arts is great.
But yeah, I ran into her there at this party, and she was like,
Yeah, she's tiny.
I'm like, "Holy shit!" I go,
But that
"Hey,
don't always translate to
Vagina.
this. Some of the skinny little tiny
He's
girls.
right. Sometimes you get these little girls like 5'2". You're like, what the? Like, was Shaq in here before me? Like,
Yeah, and you could get a big girl and then it's tight.
Yeah.
You don't know this thing.
That's true.
I wasn't even going to.
Oh, I thought
make
that's
a-
what you're talking
I wasn't
about.
even
Well,
gonna
what
make
else
a
are we
guess
talking?
on the
Well, what else are we talking about
depth
here?
of-
yeah, like
Yeah.
the depth and
You're talking
like
about
the
for holding hands purposes and going to the movie,
All I'm saying is that he's
going
a
to
very
the hot air
big-
balloon,
He's like 250 pounds. All
the
right.
black hot air balloon.
Regardless of the size of his schlong, that's a lot of dude on top of a little girl. Unless it's the
Did you
other
see Tiger Woods? His dick pic got released today.
No, he have a
I didn't look for
he
it.
have a
I saw
I
schwanz?
it.
usually don't, track down.
It's all over Twitter.
Do he have a
every
schwanz
dick
on
pic.
there?
It's pretty big. It's pretty big.
Speaking of which,
It's pretty big.
It's even bigger when he wraps it in
Yeah,
hundreds.
yeah. Somebody hacked the Lindsey Vonn.
who the
I
fuck
saw
is
the,
that?
Lindsey
the
Vonn?
tweet.
That was his girlfriend. She's an Olympian swimmer. Was his girlfriend. And then, so there's all these new
Did you see
pictures
some
of her.
an artist did?
And now,
Myself.
Tiger's. But yeah, he's pretty big. I mean,
I like how he's got
he's
the
not
Caddyshack
hard.
reference.
I don't think he's that hard.
It wasn't hard.
No, I don't think he's that hard.
He didn't
but,
pump up before he
sure.
got out there. He didn't wrap a rubber
He
band
just
around
put out
it.
a flaccid one.
You never
just-
know.
I've never
Or he
seen
put
a
the
dick
grip
pic.
tape that they put on the whatever.
I've
on
never
the,
seen a dick pic in my life. You, Andrew?
What's that?
You never seen a dick pic
I
in your
never
life?
sent
Sent a dick.
Oh,
pic.
I,
Have you ever sent one to a chick?
are you serious or no?
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
all he
I
does
have.
send.
No, I'm
It's-
just
I mean,
saying,
it's
but-
the only side worth sending. I
They
guess.
they requested sometime and you send that one.
You're not worried about like.
Who the fuck cares?
You want
You
to see
don't-
my little?
you don't
my
put
little
your-
soldier's helmet.
You wanna
my little?
you wanna
my
put
little knight.
You just don't put your fucking face on there. That's all.
Yeah.
You don't go like.
I don't know. I just.
Whatever. I mean, don't do it then.
Josh sends them, right?
Oh yeah, that's all.
All the time.
By the way, how was the Metallica concert?
The Metallica concert was fantastic. It was great, and it was Rose Bowl. It was fucking awesome. Hell of a show. Gojira played. They're also
Well,
amazing.
Gojira.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
from France.
And there's a Godzilla reference?
You
or
think
no?
so? Yeah, it is kind of in like an ecological sense.
Okay, I don't
But-
even know. Okay.
But and
there a mosh
the very
pit?
next. Yeah, well, Metallica's a little old for mosh pits. They're not really. They don't. Although at the Palladium show that they played after the Emmys that night, there was a mosh pit at that one.
Did you go in it?
I was on the edge. My fighter Victor, but
Oh, wait.
Vic Henry.
Oh, the other one. Okay.
And then
Wait.
I will give you a story about me taking Victor Webster to Guar.
Oh,
So-
my goodness.
Then the very next night, Every Time I Die played the Constellation Room at the Observatory, which is, and the Observatory is a decent sized venue. And they have the Constellation Room. It's a little tiny spot. Holds maybe...
That's where the shitty people, the Constellation, where they like...
Constellation. The Constellation Room holds maybe 150 people.
Oh.
And they played 2 45-minute sets back to back. It was one of the fucking best shows
speed
I've
metal
ever
or
been
whatever?
on. No, well, hardcore punk metal band. And I threw like 30 people off of the stage that night.
No way.
Yeah.
Now,
I
Just
like
picked
that.
them up and chucked them.
really?
Yeah. This one chick,
Unsolicited?
One chick.
this one chick,
No,
the
come
little
on.
tiny blonde girl, is like, all right, let's break the record here. And I fucking launched that girl near the ceiling tiles. And then she comes up again with a beer in her hand. He goes, let's do it again. And keeps this fucking beer from spilling as she's flying throughout the air.
Hey, you're not worried about someone suing you for this?
Fuck no.
No?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Swim for what?
Have you ever gotten a fight at one of these concerts?
No. However, if I am going to get into a fight, it's probably going to be at a hardcore show from some idiot spinning around thring fucking,
I
karate in the
hate
pit.
that stuff.
That's
Trying,
not
guys
cool.
will try
I
to like
love mosh
shot
pits.
you on the edge.
Of course they do that.
The only time I've ever been like rammed in the back over and over again is at a hardcore circle pit. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, fuck, get out of my spine, Jesus. But I have knocked some dudes. Yeah, some dudes have created a little bit of pit beef by being dumb. And I'll come find them, come the other way, hit them with the little flipper right in the chin, boof, on the floor, down they go.
Right.
I like that.
When's your
style.
next
But we do pick them up. You don't leave them on the floor. Nobody does.
When's your next fight? You have anything coming up?
No, not nothing. I'm having a good time, staying as busy as shit. I was a little late today because put Shayna through a push-pull session in the weight room, and we had to take some meetings with some higher-up people because some big shit is going down
For
for
Shayna?
her. Big.
Good for
and
her.
So she is a part of this deal in the WWE right now called the Mae Young Classic. And so there's a massive tournament. I think it's 32 women, wrestlers from all over the world, all competing in this big
Isn't it
tournament.
scripted though?
The fuck you talking about?
What the fuck? Just
What?
as if that has anything to do with whether it's big, whether it's impressive, or whether it's hard to do.
I'd like to see you in there.
I'm not gonna be in there. I thought I thought maybe the winner gets to be in the WWE. Is that,
What would
is
his-
that-
what
Even
would
if
his
that was the
name?
case, to do a 32 women tournament means you would have to wrestle 5 times in one night,
Yeah.
and fucking that would be grueling to go out there and put it on the line, physically go after each other for 5 fucking different matches, all probably anywhere from 8 to 28 minutes long.
You ever try going after 5 women one day, one
Yes.
night?
Yeah,
After the third one.
fail, go
Yeah,
fail,
after the third
fail,
one, forget it.
fail.
Yeah.
Like one of these is finally going to be like, well, you're not the ugliest person I've met.
Oh man, one time. I want to tell you about the bad luck I had after the. I hosted the Exotic Dancing Awards.
Of course you did.
It was in Vegas.
Yeah.
And
What hotel? Barbary
I
Coast?
think it was like the Hard Rock or something.
Oh,
Why
okay.
is there no air conditioning in this room?
But then they were like,
Because we like to keep you like that.
but they,
Hot and moist?
Yeah, bring out the some of
we
the
can turn it up.
the
But
purple notes or whatever.
but they said like don't make fun of the strippers. They said don't call them, don't. They're in the crowd, but like as Pauly Shore did the year before, and they all beat him up or something, or some crazy shit happened.
That sounds hot.
And people were winning awards like best strip club, small strip club in Texas and like southern, and they were crying like they said we couldn't do it.
Meaningless
Yeah,
awards.
like,
Wow.
Best strip club gin and tonic.
yeah, like it was unbelievable. Right?
Peoria, Illinois.
It was like it was
It's
like
Bumpy's.
it really was like best morning buffet. So anyway, so then this girl.
Sweatiest War Master. Ugh.
So then this afterwards, this girl comes up to me and she's like the hottest chick. It was like years ago. She's like, hey, I want to come. Like, what are you doing afterwards? She's like, want to come with me to Burger King? I'm like, sure. So we go to Burger King, right?
Ugh.
And then we go back to my room, and my key doesn't work.
Did you get a chicken sandwich?
I think I got something.
Kept it lean so you wouldn't be
I got
burping.
What do
it.
I?
So you wouldn't be burping.
Went to Burger King. I think I got
This
something.
is what he got right here.
Yeah, whiskey dick
Right
and
when the door didn't
salt
open.
burn.
But like my key wouldn't work, so then like we had to go back down, and then like the
key.
people at the front desk didn't believe my name was Adam Hunter. So
They're like Adam Hunter. You know Adam
his
Hunter.
name Adam
Or a
Greenberg.
fucking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? Adam Hunter. He sounds like a guy from one of those fucking spy flicks, the straight to video. He was in Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Sorry, I said it was scripted. Okay. So anyway, so then it was like, so then we had to go back up, and by that time the chick was like, It didn't. She's
Over
like
it.
she was over it, and then she like mooned me and left. And then I went back down and got another girl's number, but then my cell phone broke.
Oh, you have
That-
told me this. You've told this story
Yeah, it
before.
was,
This is
on the
You
way
told
down
this
there.
on
such
air?
a tale of whoa. He's just like, oh, fuck.
And my
dude.
cell phone. It was like 3 girls in a row that my phone died. And
Oh, you know
I gotta
what?
tell you,
Unfortunately, I've heard this story too.
it was horrible.
You
It
know
had
what?
something to do with the comedy condo or something.
No, that was a different
You
story.
got to be careful about. Well, not careful. It's not about that. But you have a girl, right?
A
You
wife,
guys are
yeah.
hanging out, and things are starting to escalate.
No,
a
he
little
married.
bit.
He's married.
Oh yeah. Oh,
In the
like
past.
Oh, you mean
This is
in the
general,
hypothetical.
not you.
right? It's just the guy.
Specifical.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that guy. So, if you don't make the move soon enough,
Oh, yeah.
that moment will hit. It'll peak and it's
Oh, no,
gone.
You
as
gotta
a
catch
comic-
the wave.
Yeah,
fly.
exactly.
Yeah,
You gotta catch a wave.
You can't. No half stepping.
As a
And there have been
comic-
times where I'm like, oh shit, I bet you that girl and I probably would have hooked up, but
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, I'm chill. I'm not gonna rush this. I'm not gonna seem
No.
like I'm like too eager. And then,
Okay, and we are back. So, yeah, like you were saying, Josh.
so excited.
Back from commercial
And-
break.
And we are back. So
stuffing fucking
No,
protein
Josh.
bars
So,
and shit in my
Josh,
face.
what you were saying was true. Like they told us as a
Those are
comic,
delicious.
they told us as comedians,
what is that?
if you meet a girl, always go from the comedy club to the hotel, because hey, listen up, because if you go to like the local bar, the club, you lose your power, because then you're like just that regular jackass at their local bar.
Yeah, but you got no fucking game.
Was that as a fighter? Was that what you like back in Japan? Now back in Japan, were you just was you the man? No. Why?
I had a girlfriend.
No, but the opportunity.
You could have been the man.
He could have done
Yeah.
whatever the fuck he want. He's like a superhero over there.
Yeah, seriously.
Right? They got action figures and all kind of bullshit. Comic book.
No.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
do you get a lot of girls like that are New Japan Pro Wrestling fans? Did they hit on you?
You know, I don't think that's a big demographic. New Japan Pro
The
Wrestling.
New Japan Pro
Don't-
Wrestling female fans.
Yeah.
it's kinda
Really?
small.
don't
I'm
underestimate.
sure they're there. I'm sure that they exist. Wrestling is
You
not
brought the whole
specific. I
shit.
mean, it is more male centric. That's true, but a ton of female wrestling fans of all types and ethnicities, whatever, from everywhere, all over the world, and especially with a lot of like this Mae Young Classic thing.
I feel like
You're fucking
I
obnoxious.
feel like wrestling keeps getting bigger.
Well, it goes in waves, right? So I think in '96 it was really massive, right? When you
That
had the
was
WCW,
Oh, yeah.
WWF wars against each other. But
The
I think
Hollywood Hulk Hogan days.
yes.
When he have a bat, he have a
The
When he went
the
black,
black
Stop
beard.
when he went black.
yeah, he have a stable.
Yeah. But I think it's on an upswing right now, like this Mae Young Classic with Shayna's in.
What is this Mae Young?
Nikki Savoy, Nicole
Savoy.
Savoy. And you met her.
Did you ever wrestle against Goldberg?
When I met that one,
After that fight, the one time we were at that pizza joint.
was she attracted from me?
I don't think so.
Did
She
you
was
ever-
light skinned.
She probably a lesbian.
Did you ever go against Goldberg? Did you ever wrestle against Goldberg?
I never wrestled against him, but he's a really close friend of mine. So, I mean, we normally just talk cars and shit like that, and
Oh,
fighting.
yeah?
But it's on an upswing and stuff like the Mae Young Classic. They got women out there not doing bra and panty matches, but wrestling legit. Like how I remember watching women's wrestling in WWF. In fact, one of my first introductions to Japanese style wrestling were this tag team, the Jumping Bomb Angels, and these girls fucking just killing people, German suplexing and drop kicks off the top rope and all this. I'm going, holy shit, these girls are going harder than the dudes. And so, it showed that anybody can get out there and fucking throw down.
You ever see that? There's like that pro wrestler that's like a blow up doll in Japan. He's like an actual character.
Yes. That's in a company called DDT. Which
What is that?
It's
How they make him look
they
like a
wrestle
blow doll?
blow up doll, and they make it look like
They
it's
make
kicking
it
their
look
ass.
like he's. It's ridiculous.
It's very clever. Now,
It's super.
That's like
I don't
weasel
call
suit.
stuff like yes, it kind of. I don't call stuff like that. Well, you beat up Bobby Heenan, and then you get to put him in the weasel suit. This is they
But
take
it has a
Yeah,
life
yeah.
of its own. It make you to be impossible to take off.
pretty much. It's it's a straight jacket.
If you've
But-
been in Dower,
YouTube Bobby Heenan weasel match, but Yoshiko is its name, I think, or something like that. Or it's. I think it is incredibly clever and imaginative what these guys do with this stupid
Yes,
blow up doll, making it look like they're getting DDT'd and pile driven, all this stuff. It's nuts.
Right.
It's hilarious.
But
to me, that's not wrestling. It's something similar.
It's performance
but-
art.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome in its own vein.
Right.
To me, I'm a more serious wrestling mark,
No, I hear you.
guess.
There's a lot
To
of-
me, I come from the old school days of wrestling where even though it is predetermined, these are the toughest of the tough. A guy like Dusty Rhodes, you wouldn't know it, but back in his day, he was a real badass dude, and he was an NFL prospect who decided to go into wrestling instead because he thought it'd make him more money.
Wow.
Or guys that were notorious street fighters or Olympic level athletes, they would go into
It
wrestling.
wasn't Haku, right? Wasn't Haku?
That dude's just like, super badass street fighter dude.
What was the
So
Junkyard Dog pedigree?
I don't know. Probably like a little
Street
bit Alaskan Malamute.
But
And
they said Haku killed the guy with his bare hand or something? Or
I don't know if he killed the guy with his bare hand. I mean, I'm sure he broke a coconut in half.
Did you find after you did Impact Wrestling, more fans came to your Twitter?
Yeah,
and stuff?
yeah. Well,
Like,
people didn't know that I had been wrestling since 2002, pro wrestling in Japan. It was all New Japan stuff,
yeah.
and then IGF, which was Inoki. But
Inoki.
being on New Impact was useful, but I wanted to go back. I wanted to do more stuff. There's some guys there that were really talented that I thought I could really have some great matches with. But then like Drew McIntyre, he went over to WWE. I was in NXT. And a couple other guys dipped out, but Bobby's still there, and I would love to. Anytime I can get in the ring and fuck with Bobby, that's always a
That
plus.
was a good match.
Do you remember that guy who was he was an MMA guy, and then he went into wrestling, and then he put Kurt Angle in a Kimura.
Oh,
and he
okay.
wouldn't let go.
Double wrist lock.
Double. You remember that kid?
No.
He was
His name is
Kurt couldn't get out?
Dan something. He won. He won that thing on MTV, that show where you could become a wrestler.
He won
Mike
Tough
the
Enough.
Miz? Mike the Miz?
No.
Same
This
show?
This kid, he trained at a. Oh my god.
He was a good wrestler, right?
I don't think
High
he wasn't
school
really
wrestler?
he was an okay high schooler. It wasn't anything special, but he had trained as an MMA guy for a long time, and he. God damn it, Daniel.
And he finally got his chance.
Oh, Daniel Pewter, right?
Pewter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pewter.
He was on
no one ever
MMA,
calls him Daniel.
right?
Yeah, he's like 8-0.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He was fighting Strikeforce, I think, when I was in there.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
finally got his chance, and then he blew it. He put Angle in a move.
Well,
He was trying to prove a point.
It wasn't just that. He just did not work out with the WWE for whatever reason at the time, or WWF, I guess it was then. And he just didn't get over, didn't get his shit going. And if anything, here's the thing about wrestling, and this is something I learned in Japan, but I think it plays across all of it. And that is, so I'm watching this tag match go down, and there's the young dude in this match. So there's like 3 vets and this one young kid who they're trying to build up. And this young kid was a volleyball player, like pro volleyball, something in Japan. Real tall kid. And, he went to the New Japan Dojo system. He's out there. He's tag teaming with Takayama. I can't remember this kid's name. And they're going against Murakami Kazunari and Tadao Yasuda. Yasuda used to be a sumo. He had some MMA fights. Murakami Kazunari, judo.
Everybody
Decent
knows
amount
these
of
names.
MMA fights. And Takayama also, he was a UWF guy, so he trained to fight, had real fights. So all these guys had fights except for this guy. Nagao was his name. Nagao's the kid. Some little scramble happens early on, and a guy throws a punch and hits Nagao on the chin, and boom, he just turns into he just falls, drops like a bag of rocks. He's a baby deer. He's stumbling all over the place, and now they're like, oh, fuck. So they end up throwing him out of the ring, and they're beating him up out there and whatever. This kid's just not getting his bearings back. They throw him. Eventually, they get him back in the ring. They're trying to do something. Yasuda just comes in, just goes boom, knocks him the fuck out. Dick in the dirt, done. Rolls him over, pins him. That's it. And I'm going,
Dick in the dirt.
holy! I'm in the back watching on the monitor, going, they just knocked that motherfucker out.
Right.
And Takayama comes in the room, and I go, yo, what the fuck? Did he piss someone off? I mean, did he make the office get mad? Did he stiff someone? He's like, I don't know. I don't think so. He goes, nobody said anything like that, but he said, I think he got clipped, and we couldn't do anything with him, so we just had to end it. And I'm like, all right, I'm not even done yet. So, and then he goes, well, Jumbo tells me, Jumbo Sururi goes, bad or good, it doesn't matter. If the audience cheers, good. And so basically, when Pewter put that double wrist lock on Kurt and really put him in some threat with his arm getting torqued, it only the WWE is probably like, well, yeah, there's a segment that's like, all right, we'll remember that, but at the same time, they're also thinking, fucking got over. It made interest. It got people talking. Therefore, really, they probably thought it was fucking great, and so it really was more to his benefit in the end than that ever hurt him. It wasn't that killed his ability to do that run. And you know what? I know Daniel, and he's really happy with his empowerment, my life, my power stuff, and he's a really sweet dude. And I don't know that doing wrestling was really the thing for him, anyways. Yeah. I don't think he would have enjoyed it.
He found his power, his life, in other stuff.
Yeah,
so,
right. You know, in his fifth chakra.
I got a lot of
that's the tortoiseshell chakra.
So speaking of UFC, let's talk about some UFC fights.
Is this a podcast about fights?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Kevin Lee is now fighting Tony Ferguson for the interim belt.
UFC 216. Right?
UFC 216.
Wait, who's got the belt? Connor has the belt.
Connor has the belt.
But you know, he's up to other shit.
We need more interim champs.
Yes.
Yeah. Regional champs, interim champs,
Intercontinental champs.
Maybe some other belts.
US TV champs.
Let's unify the belt.
So I don't know who. I mean.
By the way, that's where undisputed comes from.
Well,
is that there's no dispute into whether this guy is the single solitary champion.
Of course.
But not just a bullshit term, guys.
So a lot of people, I think Kevin Lee's got a really good chance. Here's my thought on this fight. People are winning this fight.
I wonder if he likes macadamias.
One of the best thing that happened to Kevin Lee was him getting knocked out by that Brazilian guy.
I'm sure he thinks it was amazing.
No, not for him.
He could do it again.
Was that Benil Dariush?
No, Kevin Lee. He fought some guy from Brazil, and he got knocked out in the first round. But
I'm sure a guy goes just only by a nickname.
He's not, but he's won his next 5 fights. Kevin Lee.
You like those
after that.
I Clint to beat him too.
Yeah, but that was before.
Oh, Leonardo Santos.
That
guy hasn't fought. That guy isn't even ranked.
No, I'm
so
actually
weird.
not a fan.
Right.
Isn't even ranked.
But I think that was one of the. I think that kind of woke
guy.
Kevin up a little bit of going
after he fell asleep.
But also,
you get knocked out to get woken up.
but I woke him up as like that I could be hurt, and I think that was the best thing for him because he's not lost.
You think he was a bit too reckless before?
I know he was. He even said he got knocked out because he threw a lead uppercut. That something you should never do.
I would not say never, but yeah, there's. I mean, it's just like
Connor throws them in the training.
A lot of people can get by with it.
You seen the training where he go? Did you see the one I posted?
The Connor challenge.
Yeah.
But did you see the one?
Oh, the guy did the voiceover. That's the.
I posted that, and by the way, everybody think I'm hating on Connor. I'm a huge.
It's like that karate video from the '80s.
I'm a huge Connor fan,
video.
and people were acting like because I posted that shit.
I like the way he fights. I love the way
shared that
fights.
immediately. I was like,
so Josh, who was before we get to my prediction?
Well, yeah, Chuck threw a bad. He just threw an uppercut at the wrong time against Rashad.
Oh,
he was owning Rashad. Rashad's timing and distance was horrible.
But that
was missing everything. But that he kept throwing his overhand right that had just fucking pure death on the end of it.
Who was the first guy to hurt you? Was there?
My dad.
Besides that, was there a guy in a fight where you thought you were indestructible, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, I can get knocked out, I can get hurt. Did that ever happen to you? No?
Got it.
Renato, has that ever happened to you?
Oh, I never. God, let's cut the fucking shit.
Please,
okay.
No, I'm kidding. No, but did that happen?
And scene.
It wasn't Hilly Crime.
Josh, has that ever happened to you?
You know what? When I was a young, dumb son of a bitch, you feel more invincible. But you get out there and you start getting your belt on, or someone starts hitting you, and with some serious power, like, holy fuck. That's a different story, man. I've never been hit that hard.
Who was the guy who did that to you? Was it Crow Cop?
Well, I mean, about Crow Cop was never all that fun, but well, I knew I could be knocked out after I fought Rizzo the first time for sure. But I think I kind of knew. I mean, I knew that coming into it since I'd seen it plenty.
So we're watching the Kevin Lee.
The black gentleman.
Oh, you know what? He just dropped. His left was low. That's why he got it.
Wait, get that back.
So
if he'd stepped in a little more and kept his left high, then he wouldn't have. He fucked up by having his left low. The lead uppercut wasn't the problem. In fact, if he had thrown it right with his left high and thrown it down this pipe, he would have intercepted that overhand, that right hook, and would have actually hit that guy clean straight in the chin. Yeah. So he did. That wasn't the problem, Kevin. If you're watching, listening, what have you. But Nah, I don't. You know, I think it was more like in the gym. Like the first time I sparred this pro kickboxer dude. It was a big heavyweight, and he fucking hit me with one of those question mark kicks. Bang, and I was like, oh shit. That's different.
Have you ever been knocked out in sparring?
Never. Only on a jiu-jitsu.
Slap fights.
Only on a jiu-jitsu. And
Someone
yeah,
knocked you on jiu-jitsu?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Nobody.
Vinny Magali?
Like no, fucking no.
No,
not Vinny Magali.
boy,
Not
there we
Vinny.
go.
I don't even want to talk about
glad I
that.
got snacks
You know what?
for
Let's keep Pluto is a nice. It's a new beginnings here. We don't have to bring up the negativity of the past, like that fat.
No,
pig.
Adam, please.
Like
ask
that
more.
fat pig.
All right, so my point is that Kevin Lee, since that fight, has not fought reckless. I mean, the one fight he had against Ronaldo, he got clipped a couple times, but he's fought a lot smarter. Whereas Tony Ferguson, I think, takes way too many chances in his fights. Obviously,
I can't see him fighting any less reckless, so to speak, and being successful. I think that's
his
Tony's
shit.
Yeah, he gets other people wrapped up into that chaotic game. I mean, come on, look at fucking Guy Jardine. I mean, the guy walked out there doing this. And people are like, the fuck is going on? All of a sudden, he's knocking people out.
Yeah, but he was also getting knocked out.
Well, but look, this is two different styles. Nobody have a style like.
Ferguson,
Here's my
his last fight against Tony got hurt a lot in his last fight.
Which one?
No, not Tony. Tony Ferguson got hurt
But,
a lot.
what was the
against
fight?
that karate guy, against that crazy that took the fight on short notice.
That wasn't his last fight.
Leandro.
That wasn't his last fight.
That was his last fight.
His last fight.
Michael McDonald. No, not Michael Johnson, right? Wasn't it?
No, his last fight.
Guy was against.
I thought his
Leandro.
last fight was Dos Anjos.
He didn't fight Dos Anjos, did he?
He did.
He
Dos
beat the
Anjos.
living
But then he
Tony
fought.
Ferguson fought Dos Anjos?
and whooped.
Shows where the fuck I've been.
He
He fought Lando Karikian or
Groovy Lando Venata.
Well, you
Yeah,
know,
Venata.
he's
But his
pretty
last fight was Rafael.
Yeah.
Oh, was
After
that-
that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he murdered Rafael
well,
Dos Anjos.
he did finish Venata.
But he was
So-
getting clipped a
Yeah,
lot.
but he fucking finished him with a choke.
Lando cracked him, yeah.
Yeah, he
that
did,
was
but
Lando's
also you
debut,
gotta
right?
remember he didn't know shit about Lando. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even know who the fucking
Yeah.
kid was, and probably you know what I mean. He took
You
him
didn't
like
watch Star
There was
Wars?
some footage.
Exactly,
Of
he
Lando,
took-
because Lando was fighting what, like
They-
Legacy or
I didn't have
like
it-
Lion?
well, you low down dirty swindler.
So who do we like in this fight? I'm picking Kevin Lee.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Well, okay.
Not me.
Now here's
You picking Ferguson?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah,
I like me some
I'm
Tony.
I'm going the same
Even though
way.
it's your boy?
Hold on.
All right.
But remember this: I've known Tony longer,
Yeah.
and he's also been a training partner.
Yep.
At Champ Planet. So, but Kevin Lee is also a friend, and I'm also a fan of the way he fights and everything. I think this is a situation where if I was Kevin Lee's people, it's a little too soon for. I think he haven't hit his greatness yet, and I think it's just a little too soon. He's a little ahead.
I'm not gonna say no to an interim title.
No,
shot.
I'm just saying. If you're asking me the truth,
Yeah.
and I hate to say it because I like both these
And he
guys.
hates telling the truth.
I hate that's true too, but I hate that.
It hurts people's feelings.
I hate that. Yeah, I don't want to do that. It's for their own good. I hate to see two people that I like fighting,
But
but
it's gonna happen.
I don't believe that Kevin has got him on.
What about
on,
your God? What's your God thing?
My God, it's tough because my God like black people,
Okay.
but he's also like Mexican.
Is he preferential
Is he Mexican,
or like
Tony,
very?
Is God Mexican?
Tony.
Yeah, he is, but he was adopted by a wrestling coach that was a white man. And you know how he discovered him?
Do tell.
Tony Ferguson was in the lettuce field, picking lettuce like this, like he was walking like this.
I'm not sure this is
He
true.
was like this.
Yeah. He was doing
And then
somersaults?
Doing penetration.
the wrestling coach saw that he stopped the fucking car immediately. He said, "What the fuck is happening here? I have to have."
Are you sure this is true? I don't
Well,
think
I
this
think
is true.
it's either that or
Too hard to make
something.
this up, though,
It's either something like that.
No,
I can't
Andrew, who do
remember.
you like in this fight?
Wait, but but anyway, I'm going Tony Ferguson,
Yeah.
and no disrespect to Kevin
Kevin
Lee.
Lee.
I love the guy, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
But I just feel like if I got a bet,
You have to. We
I'm
have to.
going there.
Let's watch Tony do neck bridges and then grab a barbell and do some. I'm like, oh fuck, old school shit.
I heard people said they trained with him. Like Alan said, it was like the craziest training he's ever done.
Alan's awesome.
He
yeah.
does like some very strange methods where it's like half aerobics, half.
Well, he
like,
just-
Does he wear
sparring.
leotards? while
He
does
just
it?
do move like one time they did a thing for just an hour where they're not stopping like he wasn't going hard but just no stopping, just hour.
We do that
Yeah, shit like that.
in my gym. 45 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever straight spar. And you'll rotate through people. You don't ever stop.
Yeah.
And the idea is to work on timing, rhythm, patience,
Okay.
all that kind of stuff.
So Andrew, who are you?
I got Ferguson.
Got these nuts.
Literally.
Yeah, they're fucking
I
good.
got Ferguson, and also Kevin Lee talked a lot of shit about Al Quinta and stuff after they fought.
But don't take
My
what Kevin.
homie,
But don't
man.
take what Kevin. Look,
And I think Ferguson is just. I think he's just better. I think he's more experienced.
What did Al Quinta say in response? How would
probably
that go?
some good
Like,
shit too.
Fuck you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that shit.
Bro, let me tell you, bro.
But Al-
Let me tell you, bro.
But Al told me he actually likes Kevin a lot.
Yeah, of course. This is gamesmanship. Look, Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin is a nice guy.
I would like to see them two fight again.
Me too, me too. But-
Al ain't probably getting a fight in the UFC for a while.
No,
I just Kevin is just not at the place that Tony has gotten to
doesn't
yet.
put the level of guys.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
And I think he will get there. He's on his way to being like a champion level guy. I just feel like they just a little bit. He's just not
There
there.
could have been some other guys that could have, like Edson Barbosa or even Nate Diaz could have been the guy for this fight, I thought. But
I feel like-
at the rankings.
The
Tony should have had a
Crusher,
fucking.
the Destroyer. They could have
Well,
done.
Khabib is who they want.
That's what I'm.
Khabib is the
not
fight.
not fucking Tony's fault.
Now, by the way, I have to ask you, Josh.
You have to.
So,
Do it.
you were training Travis Browne. You were said he looked really good.
He did.
I was at that fight. He started off looking good, but did he gas? Like, what happened?
Well, I'm not sure exactly. I know that
Which fight? What fight?
The Travis' last fight when he fought the
Olenek, I
70-year-old
know
guy.
that he because he's so tall, he's often able to fade out of stuff, but he leaves his head a little bit too centered. And
Who he fought?
Olenek has a lot of reach, and he was able to get to him. And that was obviously a problem that did not help. Grappling wise, he needed to separate. It was good that he was able to reverse him and get on top, but he just needed to clear, create space. We needed more footwork, but my heart was breaking for him and how he trained so hard. But he did make great progress, and so in the grand scheme of things, no, it wasn't a good result. But the time, the effort put into it, and even in the fight, was all worthwhile in my opinion.
But doesn't it come weird that Travis Browne that fought you would have smashed Olenek?
I mean, maybe. I mean, Olenek is not a joke. He's a good dude. He's tough, and I think Alexei knows I'm a fan of his. I think he's great, and I told the dudes in Bellator way back when they were like, "Well, we're gonna do some heavyweight sort of tournament." I go, "You got to get Alexei Olenek at the time." I go, "This guy, fucking Ezekiel chokes everyone. He's a sambo judo guy. It's great." I mean, they did. They pulled him in. He eventually did lose to Neil.
Magny?
I think
I'm kidding,
the cat Neil from
Neil with the
England.
deal leads at the mattress.
Big English cat Neil.
I won't be beat. Isn't his name Neil with the deal or whatever? I like that guy. He looked like the greatest American hero. Or the last American, whatever the fuck is that guy.
But I was
in any case, Alexei's solid. He's badass. He belongs to be in the
Look
UFC.
up, put that fucking guy up there.
Who we pulling up?
Neil,
I won't be beat
Neil with the
mattress
deal.
guy. It's-
I won't be beat. I won't be beat.
Doesn't look like the greatest American
He
hero.
looked, yeah, he looked
That
like,
fight.
that's who he's talking about.
It did also seem like that guy, Alexei, was one of those guys that, like, man, like, you ever have, like, a really tough uncle? Like, you just can't put him away. Like, that dude was just like...
He is tough. He's grizzled, old
That was
vet,
a tough-
but,
yeah,
the
that-
more he would have had to... If Travis was able... Oh, my God, there he is. If Travis was forcing him to be more active and fight where he didn't want to be, then I think that he would have gassed. Because I don't think his gas tank is that great anymore.
Yeah.
He's like 41, so...
Yeah.
Hats off for that dude.
Now Dana said...
Firstly, then come on in to the Leeds Mattress Store's full savings.
That guy, that's the guy that beat Travis Browne.
Well, he won't be beat.
Wait, he's gonna hit you with the part. This is a local LA commercial, people.
Leeds mattress stores.
Where his
Hey,
at?
asshole laying on your bed.
I'll take this one.
Yeah. Oh, but not that one. Too young.
Come see me or call. Deal with the deal at the Leeds Mattress Stores. I won't be
Oh, I love the echo on
Yeah.
it.
So
I
that,
won't be
so,
beat.
so that guy beat Alexei.
Yeah, they put the Jamaican dance hall shit.
I wouldn't want to fight him.
Alright,
He's
okay.
fucking straight satanic.
Yeah, wow.
Well, that was the guy that beat Alexei.
He's
No,
like
I
Gene
didn't-
Wilder. He's like a young Gene Wilder.
I think it really was him. But now after seeing that's exactly.
Are we awake?
Was that the guy that you thought?
Yeah.
Are we? That's the guy that beat Alexi?
Now, all right. So also,
Well, then we're awake, but
Uh-huh.
we're very confused.
That movie.
Don't ever, by the way, start doing quotes from Blazing Saddles around Alyssa.
oh my
Oh
God.
yeah,
she's
she
the
told us that's
biggest-
her favorite
the
shit.
biggest
We did
Mel
we
Brooks
did that
fan.
one time.
She is
We
like
did that one time.
Alyssa's like
and
a throwback girl.
she's fun. She's a lot of fun.
By the way, everyone wants to know. I go on the road,
Yeah.
and people keep asking me, "Hey, is Hanato banging Alyssa?"
No.
And I tell them no, and they're like, "Why?" She obviously
I'll
likes him.
fucking kill him.
Oh God, are you? You would not. You
She
wouldn't
tapped
touch
me
a
on
hair
it.
on my head.
Is that what? No, I say because they both train at 10th Planet, and he doesn't want to make it weird. It's a small community. Is that why?
Yeah, you're friends with people. What's the and also you lose the sexual tension.
Yeah.
So we keep it like, who knows? It's like Sam and Diane. Everybody is focused on around the country. Everybody's focused on this.
And the whole time it's Woody.
Is there or they got?
But,
who's Woody in this situation?
So
She, I have told her before. I'm like, you should, maybe try to fuck around with some comedy just for fun. Plus, it's good to get you out of anything that gets you out of your comfort zone to be better in front of other people on camera. I love the fact she'll come on here and rip and roar, but
good.
I'll then have something like, hey, we need just a video, maybe short, 30 seconds, and she's just like,
took her 2 days. She said, "Do that."
it's like fuck, and it's like yeah, and she gave me like 6, 7 variations. There was no variation whatsoever. And I'm like, you just sent me the same video over and over and over again, and it's like a minute and a half. What
By
the
way, we're
fuck
talking
are you
Alyssa
babbling
Garcia,
about?
Yeah.
Who's fighting in Ryzen in the tournament?
Oh my god, I never. Like fuck.
Are you gonna go with her to
She
Japan?
needs to get past
Yes.
that barrier somehow because she got a great personality.
Who's she fighting in Japan?
Agreed.
By the way.
I do not know her name off the top of my head. She's a tough Brazilian striker girl. She's
Like 9-2.
Yeah, like 9-2. Tall.
She's got a
Normally
long
fights
win
in
streak, too.
Yeah, normally fights at 115. But here's the thing: she's fought one girl with a winning record in that win streak, and actually maybe she's fought 3. 2 of them have beat her. One of them she's beaten. Most of the girls have had shit records, and this girl's been can crushing.
What's
I
that?
looked at a picture of her and I'm like,
That doesn't make her a shitty fighter, by the way. So we're taking it very seriously. But I gotta say that her record is a bit deceiving.
Does Alyssa have a good shot at winning this tournament?
For real.
Now, what does she get if she wins? What's the prize?
70K.
Wow.
pretty good.
That ain't too shabby.
Good for her. Now, would you be upset if Hanato hooked up with Alyssa?
If it helps her win 70K, I wouldn't give a shit because I'm getting a
There
cut of
you
that.
go.
So
Yeah,
fuck. I
guys.
mean, at that point, all bets are off. Do whatever the hell it is. Rob a liquor store.
Only at that
fuck it.
point.
Only at that point. Okay.
Well, what if I do and then she lose? What happened then?
Oh, fuck.
Now, also, Lyoto
Tear the
Machida.
rest of your convertible top off.
Hey, don't say that stuff.
Lyoto
You know
Machida
that I
is
almost-
fighting Derek Brunson. That got announced.
Karate.
Derek Brunson versus Machida. I like Brunson in this fight. You?
You like Bronson?
Derek Brunson or Machida?
I can't go against Machida because I just love the guy.
Yeah, Machida.
Same here.
Over Derek Brunson?
I just love him.
don't-
And maybe I'm going
I
for my
don't know
heart.
Derek Brunson that well. As far as
No, he's a
fighter,
bad
but
look. The money is
Lyoto is a bad dude.
That
He's
Anderson fight
awesome.
threw me off.
He's an awesome dude. I've known him. Fuck, man. I met Lyoto when he was in Japan at the Inoki Dojo, and the only way we communicate to each other was through like broken English and Japanese. Yeah. Kid's been a long way. He's great. I want to see him do great things, and I know he's good.
By the way, if John Jones fights Brock, who are you picking?
Well, that's
I
interesting.
mean, I honestly think John should probably win, but if Brock can put his size on him
Those
from
ham
get
hock.
and get him on the floor and get on top of him, I'm sure John will be strong. He's an incredible athlete, great fighter. He's got a decent sized frame to carry that weight, but it's not the same as a 300-pound
that's
cutting weight Brock Lesnar. And if Brock Lesnar can put that kind of weight on him, mash on him, make him carry all that,
Yeah.
he'll just fall apart.
Even though he's 40 and look kind of long in
Yeah.
the tooth?
Well, yeah, his teeth are long, but but he if you're on top and you're not doing all the work, you should know.
I
Yeah.
mean, look.
That's a good point. Andrew, who do you like in that fight?
Oh, Jones all day.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't see that fight as even that close. I
No,
can
oh
see-
yeah, no.
Not really.
Well, it's I'm not
Just the
saying-
size
fight a
thing.
lot.
Just the
Well, here's the thing.
Just the size
doesn't,
thing, though.
it
That he's
doesn't
talking about.
necessarily make it a close fight. I mean, I think that it's kind of one of
Exciting.
those. If one gets gets their game going, and then it just steamrolls. That's
yeah.
what it. I don't think
John
this
is
becomes a
back.
close fight. Whoever
Yeah.
wins it.
Brutally.
You remember when Andy Couture fought him? He had so much more skills. I mean, I'm not comparing him to John Jones, but he had so much more skills than Brock. But he just that size
I thought that
was
was a
just
different
too
Brock.
fucking much.
I think the
John
Brock,
takes
You know what I'm
it
saying?
Cormier.
but it
It's
seems like the Brock that fought Frank Mir the second time was this angry animal of a guy that was going to beat everybody. Then he came back and it was like, remember see Major League 2 with Joe Boo? Where he was like, not the
Joe
same
Boo.
Joe Boo.
That movie was not the same Major League
That movie
either.
sucked. Yeah, no, it wasn't as good.
What about the third one? Back to the
Oh,
minors.
no, that was the worst.
Back to the
There's a
minors.
third major league.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Like with they only kept Joe Boo and somebody else.
Charlie
I gotta be
Right?
honest though.
But Charlie Sheen was at the lowest
what?
point when he was doing Jack in the Box commercial.
I thought this
Remember? Cheddar cheese,
this
mozzarella.
Andy Dick movie,
Mozzarella?
Division 3.
Division 3, yeah.
That thing was hilarious.
Which one?
I didn't see that one.
Andy Dick.
But you know what I-
and Andy Dick.
He plays
movie?
a football
Division
coach.
3.
Football's
Oh,
finest or something like
do I
that.
need to see this?
It was fucking
Okay,
I'll
I'm
tell you what I
down.
like was
I'm a big
Big
fu-
Stan.
By the way, I used to live
Did you see one with Rob Schneider?
when I was, when I lived at the old place not that long ago.
Uh-huh.
Our place was Andy Dick's old rental.
Wow.
How about
That place was
Did you scan that place?
disgusting.
Did you,
Holy
did you have
shit.
that professional deep
Man,
clean?
we
I
had
see
we had
him
a
around
meth lab. We had a
Hollywood.
meth lab come in just to burn it
Ah.
off.
Did you ever see the one with Big Stan with Rob Schneider?
Nah.
He's
I
like going
didn't
to
saw
jail
that.
and he's wearing
I know of
fucking
it.
Ass.
That's
so
the-
he like trains and learns martial arts.
Nah, I never
And
saw
picks
that
on
shit.
Bob Sapp.
Yeah.
That's digging in the crates when you got nothing left on Netflix and shit.
All right, so
But yeah,
also
but
Kelvin
Major League-
Gastelum is fighting.
Back to Major League.
Back to Major League what?
No, I was saying, do you remember when Charlie Sheen was really in the dumps in his career, and you could hear him doing the Jack in the Box commercial?
No.
He was doing the voiceover for that, and he was like, the new cheddar melt with Jack, cheddar, and mozzarella.
I would do that, and my career is going on an upswing.
Jack, cheddar, and mozzarella. Anyway,
that-
it was a very sad.
No
to
Men
hear.
at Work. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
Man at
oh,
Work
no.
was a good movie.
With
Was. With Keith David.
That was,
yeah.
that was good.
Kid Davis.
I
nice.
met Keith David.
I
and
like
I was
Keith
too
David.
fucking starstruck to come up and be like, "Dude, I love you."
He's
too."
something else.
Yeah.
Man at Work was great. He was. the
And that's what I
golf
get
fan.
starstruck over is Keith David, by the way.
I would too.
What-
the
who's-
voice of Spawn.
And if if Brian James is still alive, who-
Wait, Brian Jamie.
Brian James from
what?
Blade Runner and Fifth Element, and
You mean the guy who kills in the beginning?
Yes.
Oh, I love that guy. And he's in Django and Cat.
yes,
Yeah.
All right, so
And
Kelvin.
48 hours, you already said that?
I did not. But you're right. Yes.
And in 48 hours, another 48 hours, but don't ruin the ending.
So Kelvin Gastelum's fighting Anderson Silva
oh, really? That's
in,
a hell of a
in
fight.
China.
Wow. I
That's
mean,
a
that
weird
shit could
place,
go.
but all right.
Are you going to be doing Are you opening for that?
Yes, it's on Fight Pass. I think it is on Fight Pass.
UFC Fight Pass.
Kelvin should win this fight, but Anderson's so dangerous.
Of course.
But Kelvin should win.
He probably is going to be a betting favorite, but it's like one of those ones where it's a dumb one to bet on, you know?
Looked good against Chris. So.
He looked good or did he look
Weidman?
good? He did not look
Who are we
good.
talking about?
Kelvin.
Who did he fight?
Chris Weidman, he got killed.
I thought he looked alright. I think he tried to wrestle.
He landed that one punch, but he
Yeah.
probably dominated most of the time.
I think it's gonna be similar with Anderson.
You ever wrestle with Weidman in Long Island? How'd it go?
He's the only person ever that's like really manhandled.
Who you talking about,
Chris
Wyman?
Weidman.
I already, the
I wrestled
evidence
with him
speaks
and
for itself.
I've known Chris for a long time, but we wrestled with each other in high
Nice dude.
school. We were on like the Team New York wrestling team, and then in college we won a JUCO national title together.
Juco?
Yeah, he was 2 weight classes above me, but he was so good.
How did you do in the Team New York wrestling team?
Good. Yeah, did very good.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good high school wrestler.
Me and him had our differences. You can see the evidence on the
But
YouTube.
you tapped him pretty quick though.
I did, but he
Chris
did.
is so
He
impressive.
did suplex me if you put it on for the
Did
fans.
you let him do that or no?
I was taken by surprise because he let it. He went too far, and he paid for it.
Now what's up with Luke Rockhold fighting Dave Branch? That's such a weird fight for him.
I don't know.
That could send Rockhold real down.
Yeah, Branch is like
lost
a
like
tough
5-6 years.
old dog.
Yeah, you see the video he posted of him like at his barbershop?
Yeah.
Like talking shit
Nah.
to Luke? Oh, it's fucking awesome.
But he's funny. He's an old school New York guy.
He lives in New York, yeah, right?
Yeah, he's from New York. He lived in
Remember
New
when
York.
Gerald
He's a
Harris
Henzo Gracie.
Powerbombed him?
He's-
Gerald Harris, remember when he powerbombed
I don't
Branch?
remember that.
He had knocked him out with a
Oh yeah,
slam.
because Branch was in the UFC before. Yeah.
He had one fight, right?
Yeah,
One and
but I mean, but it's weird that Rockhold goes from the beating Weidman losing to Bisping, and then now he has to fight Dave Branch.
He lost a lot of heat.
Well, wasn't Branch holding both titles in World Series of Fighting? He was holding the 85 and 205
Yeah, but I think that he pissed off Dana. He went after Dana.
Well, nobody ever pisses Dana off. Are you kidding me?
Well, you don't bite the hand that was feed like you. You're always trying to bite the hand, my hand.
Nibble on it.
Well,
Did he
that's
respond to you
different.
saying
But you
you
want
wanted-
something else.
Like when you said you wanted to pee in his mouth, did he respond to
Who
that?
said that?
What? No.
Oh, no.
Who? Oh, I don't know what he's talking about.
It's just something I did for a few bucks.
Cool.
You pee in someone's mouth. In Japan,
Wherever, man.
they put you in a vending
Have your
machine.
will travel.
In a vending machine, you can pee in somebody's fucking mouth.
Did you ever go to any of those
With an
like those
IV,
like
just-
those clubs, the ping pongs?
Yeah.
In Thailand, yeah.
What happened? What happened?
No, I got one of the girls out of those go-go clubs, so I had this guy take me there on our day off. And so this is my I bought a prostitute in Thailand. People were like, and at the time,
It was frowned upon.
Colleen was like, what? And I went, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no. So we went to this thing, and because they were going to tell them about these bars. So I go in there, and I'm like, well, what do you do? What's the deal? So I get the lowdown, and I'm like, well, how do you even call anyone over here? And the guy's like, we just point. I go, well, that seems rude, but all right. So I point at this girl, and she comes away. Great English, so we're just chatting a little bit. It's just, standard bullshit, what have you. So I'm going, fuck, do you think she would be like a tour guide for me? Take me out, take me to all the crazy spots. And so, now I have a local, probably knows people. We can go. And he's like, well, I don't know, go ahead and try. So I call over the mama-san or whatever, and I'm like, yo, how much to have her just come out and like take me around? She's like, oh, upstairs is this, and then your hotel. And I'm like, no, I mean just. And she's like, okay, upstairs. And then I get no. I go, I just want her to come with me and take me around here in Nana Plaza, and then go to Soy Cowboy and go like see the stuff, and just like, and she just gives me this weird fucking look. Says something, starts speaking in Thai to the girl. And the girl is just like, eh. And finally they have a little chat. They kind of figure it out. They're like, all right, and they give me some price. I'm like, okay, fine. So I pay it. All right, so she goes and gets changed, and we just went to all the different shops. And
nice.
It was probably refreshing. She don't get banged out all day long. by
hell if I
somebody.
know.
It was like a Pretty Woman.
I don't think so. I did not pick anybody up in any Ferraris or start,
What would you take?
proposing to them. All we did is
That's like
like,
the Thai version of the movie.
Yeah, but you
it's
was
much
on
lower quality.
You was on a hick shop.
Yeah, so and we're in the Ladyboy bar, and this guy rolls up. And by the way, one of the pluses of doing this whole tour, besides just seeing crazy stuff like ping pong shows and girls shooting darts out of their vagina and all that kind of crazy
Pretty
stuff.
accurate.
This one looked like
Next
she's a little
up,
petered out.
Next up,
I heard
A little
about
petered out, a little tuckered.
I heard about ping pong, but they do a dart.
Dart.
next up,
I know
Pluto
something I
TV,
hit with a
fucking
dart.
darts.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so
That's
we go to the Ladyboy
Write that
bar,
down for the next
and
channel.
one of the pluses is that all these places really cater to tourists. So there's tons of people that speak English.
Catered. Yes, I'm sure.
Of course.
I'm
For real.
real. Like, that's not-
literally.
yeah.
So we go to the Ladyboy bar, and we get in there, and it's really weird.
Yeah,
Kinda
no
odd.
shit.
And it's not because.
Not because it's a lady boys.
No.
Okay.
I mean, whatever. I mean,
Aren't they
it's
called
a different.
caraways?
What they call?
I don't know.
Caraways?
I don't know.
All right, go on.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Go on,
I
go
got
on,
you.
go on.
I'm not going to jump in on this.
All right,
Brian.
go on. I like that.
There are these like Japanese businessmen off in the corner, like groping and sucking on this
Oh.
dude's boobs.
Yeah.
Right. And
Ah,
I'm like, well, that's a little. All right, that's extreme, but all right, you can go for it. I guess.
That's extreme. That's extreme. That's
So this
Was it box size?
I guess I should say gal. So this gal comes over, sits next to me like, hey, what are you up to? How you doing? I'm like, oh well, here's my friend, which I don't
This is
remember.
our
what her
first
name
and
was.
last podcast.
And
All right, go on.
and she's like, oh, that's cool. And I go, yeah, I just I went to this place, this club, and I was like, hey, take me out and be my tour guide and do this and that. And then all of a sudden she's like, take me too. I'm like, well, no, I think I already have one. Buy me a drink. And I'm like, why are you so aggressive about the?
because she knows she got a live one here.
So eventually I just like give her like, I don't know, some bot, and I'm like, fuck, he's just making this real weird and depressing.
Just take a
and
couple
eventually
dollars.
I was like, I gotta get out of here. This place is not fun actually.
Yeah.
People aren't having a good
It's sad.
time. Except for maybe the Japanese business dudes over in the corner. And even then, it seems like maybe they're pretty hateful. I don't know. But in any case, we didn't stay there very long.
That sounds depressing.
Yeah, no, I fuck.
That sounds like the one. Remember, I told you my friend went to a
Almost
thing in
more
Thailand?
depressing than the time I was in a strip club in
tell
Montana, and there was 0 people in there, and just like this this gal just out on a stage, and you just hear this clack of her slapping her heels together. It just like reverberated through this room with like 3 people, and she's one of them, and then the bartender's just like, fuck. I'm not on any drugs or anything like that, so this is even worse.
I was at the
just
body
need to get
shop
the fuck out of
I was at
here.
the body shop one time.
The loneliest sound in the world is that.
It was a what was the sound
With
again?
just nobody there.
Missoula, Montana, with no one in the room. Just clack.
I was at the body shop one time.
It's just working hard.
I was at the body shop one time, sitting next to this guy, right? And this girl's on a pole, and she comes down, and I guess she has a cheap shoe, because the heel of her shoe fell off and went boom into this guy's chest, and he's like, ah! And I was fucking dying laughing.
That is fantastic. I mean, bloopers of any sort in a strip club, even better. Okay, so here we were talking about movie villains or some stupid ass. Okay, again, we'll stick with the theme. Strip club, Portland. I'm hanging out, and I'm just chilling, and it's me and this gal. So we're hanging out in the strip club. It's a heavy metal strip club. Rose City Strip is fucking badass. So
Oh, in Portland, you said? Yeah, they got that kind of shit.
But it's a slow night. It's like a Tuesday, something, whatever. And so there's some girls on the stage over there, and it's like a big fucking place. And so me and this gal were just hanging out, get a couple drinks, turn away from the bar on our little stools, and we're just watching the stage and chit-chat and making comments, what have you. And we look over, and she goes, look at this fucking guy. Some dude rolls in like khakis and a white button down, and it's untucked and a Bluetooth in. The fuck? You're gonna be taking a real important call here in the fucking heavy metal strip club. Sorry, I can't hear you over Motorhead right now. It's like, and the sound of this girl's labia and the flapping in the wind or something. I don't know.
And the clap.
So this dude, he's a total fucking tool, right? And so we're just getting a chuckle out of that. A little time goes by, and finally the dude, he looks over at me, and I'm sitting there wearing what I would normally wear, like a fucking death metal shirt, my leather jacket, some jeans, what have you, Chucks. And he starts wandering over, and I look at him, he's got that look on his face. I'm like, oh, fuck. This guy wants to come up and talk. Oh, are you such and such? I was like, ah.
Who did he thought you were?
Was it Dan the Wolfman?
Hold on.
No. Oh, no.
That motherfucker would never get near me.
Okay.
That guy messages me
Oh,
sometimes.
fuck, I'm sorry.
All right, go on.
So anyways, this dude, he rolls up, so I think he's going to come up and be like, oh, did you fight and blah, right? All right. So he rolls up, peels off to my left-hand side, the girl's on my right, and he's kind of sitting at my edge, and he goes, anyone ever tell you that you look really intimidating? I'm like,
What?
sometimes. And he just looks at me and he goes, hey, let me ask you something. If someone wanted to, perhaps get something of the white variety, would you be able to assist in such a thing?
Oh.
And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, this motherfucker's asking me for coke.
Yeah.
And right away I'm thinking, how do I respond to this? Without skipping a beat, I just kind of look at him, I'm like, can't help you. And he's just, he goes, nah, I mean, even if he's willing to pay pretty much whatever, I go, look, man, not tonight. And he's like, all right, it's cool. He just peels off, because to me, it was far more important to be a coke dealer that didn't want to help this guy out than to let him know I wasn't holding shit. I didn't even have any fucking menthols
was it,
on
John?
me.
You
know what
wanted
I mean?
him to know that he wasn't cool enough to get the coke that you have.
Yeah. Well, and then I'm starting.
Not for you.
I turn to this girl. I'm like, why me? What 80s action movie was he watching where he's like, where's the drugs? Oh, look at the guy who looks like a street tough.
Was it John Jones?
I'm sure. It's not John Jones. But I can see John Jones with a Bluetooth in a club.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm just like, fuck. It's
Oh my
That's
God.
what he in his fantasy. That's what he think is like. You
like,
know,
oh,
you
that's
go
the
to
guy
that
who's got drugs.
Yeah.
When I first moved to
Or
LA,
knows how to go.
He looks
get
like
it.
he's out of Death Wish 3.
back
That's
to strip
exactly
club story.
how-
When I first moved to
Oh, yeah,
LA,
on Pluto TV.
when I first moved to LA, I was
Death
I
Wish
was
2 is brutal.
Wait, which one had
Definitely
Lawrence
two.
Fishburne? The 3, huh?
That's 3.
That's
Two.
the one
And
where
Alex Winters.
Wait,
We have 2.
oh, for you? From fucking
But that's also a
Bill and Chad?
Billy Wildy is gonna come. Wait till Wildy, and finally Wildy show. It's a Wildy semi-automatic gas-operated pistol. It's a Magnum cartridge made from a .284 Winchester, neck down, rifle cartridge, neck down to 475 diameter, and they use this to shoot. That's my Charles Bronson. They use this to shoot. And so he goes out with this giant.
It's more like
All steel
Charles Grodin.
pistol and just starts blowing people away
He
left
kills
and right.
so many
He
people.
does.
He said it's more like Charles Grodin.
He's got a. You know what? I'd be happy if I could do a Charles Grodin
Yeah,
on command.
If you got a Charles Grodin, you're ahead of the game already.
When I first moved to LA, I was working kids parties, right?
You're like this Charles Grodin slays.
I was Spider-Man and like Bob.
Are you
like,
for real?
Swear to God, I was working in the back. and
How
I-
long ago was this?
This is like 13 years ago. I had no money, so I was like, I had to take a course where they teach you how to be like Bob the Builder, Spider-Man, all this. Right?
Course.
So and
God,
like,
I want to teach this
I
course.
I would struggle with
I
that.
had to make balloon animals.
At least
and,
they
like,
don't see your
all these
fucking
things.
face.
So, but they would give you the Spider-Man costume like a couple days early. So I went there, picked it up, and I put it on, and then I
And
walked.
somebody wore it already
I
before?
got a Peter Parker.
Well, I actually went to the strip club as Spider-Man because I thought it'd be funny if somebody was like, "Why is Spider-Man by himself at the fucking strip club?" So I sat there for like 20 minutes, and then
Did they try to give you a lap dance and stuff?
well, the guy asked for my ID, but I didn't have a Spider-Man ID. I was like
Spider-Man
hoping I would be like,
owner.
"Oh, here's my ID," but then the chick was like, "Hey, let me see you underneath the mask." And
And then what happened?
I showed it to her,
And she was-
She left.
and then I couldn't get her number. She liked me better as Spider-Man. It's a true story. I'm not even lying.
Oh my God, that's a sad story.
I was horrible at like
bad
those
one.
those kids parties. I kept losing all the magic tricks and having to owe them more money than I was making.
I went to the strip club dressed as the Hulk, and they're like, "Well, how come your pants didn't rip?" And I'm like, "Well, you're not attractive."
Oh.
They're like, "Well, fuck you, you're green." I go, "Well, that's because it's syphilis, but don't worry."
You really dressed as the Hulk? Oh, no,
Fuck no.
fucking
I
guy.
was like, "Wow, that's pretty good. I like that."
No.
Oh, listen, people.
Listen.
Well,
So this is MMA roast,
so listen, people.
but now it's turned into strip club chronicles.
There's a lot of strip club talk.
Have you ever dated any strippers, Andrew?
No.
Really?
I've only been to like 2 strip clubs, really. I don't go to strip clubs very much. I don't like them.
Was like one of your fights?
Weird energy.
Oh, weird.
But you made a love.
They don't. They
Bad
fucking.
smell.
You have to have someone do a crystal bath on you afterwards.
I always have
Fuck.
like the 2 times I went with
Closes
like,
his third eye.
Crystal.
there's always like a girl that comes up to me and is like,
I'm gonna
she
say
tells
it.
me her life story, her real name, and like she thinks I.
That
can
means
get
she
it
wanna
out of
fuck
me.
No,
you.
she tells you her second
Her,
fake
her second
name.
fake name.
All right, let's be real. You're in there
We had
as
sex
as
and- no,
customer.
Her name is Cheyenne.
No, I don't like strip clubs.
April.
April. Cheyenne.
There was a heavyweight in the
Crystal.
UFC
Cinnamon.
who like recently
Oh.
lost, like got knocked out in the
I
first
like
round.
Jumbo's Clown Room though.
And I like texted him like, "Hey man, keep your head up." And he's like,
Jumbo's
"Oh, it's all
fun.
good. You know when you go to strip clubs and whatever." Like that was his next thing. There was a
Well, hey.
fighter in the UFC with more
Here,
fun.
Get it in.
here's a legitimate strip club tale. As if the other ones were all made up.
Go on. Get out of here.
When I would get sent off to go to random ass fucking middle of nowhere bumfuck America, right? So places that I just don't know, never been. Well, even a place like Chicago, what have you.
Yep.
Me and my buddy would get flown out for what have you, for some event, signing, it doesn't matter, right? For fights. And the first thing we do, hit up find out what the best strip club in town was, go there immediately that night, and then just fucking talk to all the girls because they would know where every cool thing, any fucking thing that's going down, how to get linked up into any all the action in town is those girls are gonna know. And I mean, fuck, you're in a strip club, right? Naked girls and booze, whatever. But at the same time, I mean, that is the best intel on what that town has to offer, what's beating as far as on the streets.
The
that
action.
night. Yeah, the action. When you can't find Huggy Bear,
It's a
go to the
good
strip club.
That guy wanted the action from you, and you gave him the old
Hey,
the brush
so-
off.
I came to pro.
So Andrew, what
You gave him the brush off, saying.
Andrew, what do you have coming up?
We are doing the whole week on the Fight Channel on Pluto. We're doing a Mayweather-McGregor takeover, and then Saturday, me and a couple people are doing kind of live commentary, kind of like Joe Rogan does his Fight Companion. We'll be doing kind of a Fight Companion on the Fight Channel here live for anyone that doesn't want to drop $100. We'll give them that, and then that's really it. Just more of this, and we'll keep bringing Adam's show back to Pluto, and just I'm just trying to license fight content. That's all I'm into right now.
And Josh, what do you got coming up?
I'm gonna get a fucking haircut apparently because I look like a shaggy son of a bitch.
Shaggy? How that look high and chai?
It wasn't him.
High and chai?
High and chai. I am going to the lovely Minnesota. Wait, don't open that.
Tell my girlfriend's family you said what up.
I will. For LFA 20. And I'm going to be calling the action with Ron Kruk on Access TV.
Oh, Han Kruk. I like Han
some
Kruk.
commentary
That's
work.
awesome.
Then I've got a series of seminars in London and in Örebro, Sweden coming up. And Alyssa will be fighting in Ryzen in October, so helping her get prepared for that. New Japan Pro Wrestling on Access Friday nights, 8 p.m. G1 Climax is airing right now, so that's some pretty incredible professional wrestling action. It's one of the most grueling, prestigious tournaments in all of wrestling, if not one of the most prestigious just events all around the world of professional wrestling. So, tune into Access to watch that with me and my partner Jim Ross. And you can always catch me on the old social media at Josh L. Barnett on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Be Josh Barnett, Facebook.com/Josh Barnett. And I'm on Spotify with the world's most metal playlist, JB the War Master.
I gotta check that.
And Renato, what do you got
I
coming
got
up?
an Al Jarreau one on there. With some more lighter fare.
I'll put some shy lights too.
I've also got a grueling and arduous or whatever grueling seminar coming up. What are you doing over there?
Go
You
on.
taking up evidence? Here we are over here.
go on.
Let me pay attention here so they can see me. I'm going to be at 10th Planet, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, everybody's favorite city in Pennsylvania, this Friday, August 25th. And
I love Yingling.
we're gonna do some Yin Yang twins and Yang Lang and all that kind of stuff, and we're gonna hang out with white guys that say water ice and some stuff like that.
What a Downton.
You're gonna get
Downtown.
water ice, and then we're gonna get the King of Prussia Mall and see what happens from there.
Get to put some jimmies on your ice.
Yeah, and then the very next day, I'm gonna be at Gary Chonin gym.
Who just
That's
beat
Jersey?
Dylan Dennis?
He certainly did, and I'm gonna be in
Did he
Brunswick.
sub him?
No, he won decision.
And Dylan was talking a lot of shit.
And you know what's
Oh,
funny?
no way.
Did you see
His
that at
face
that?
at the weigh-ins and
But
stuff.
did you hear Gary Chonin's thing at the end? He did like a heartfelt, like, look, a lot of this stuff is gamesmanship, and
Didn't
we
Dylan
talk.
train with them?
Wait, you pull a John Jones?
No, and then he goes, and I just want to apologize for absolutely fucking nothing. I'm the best. I'm the king. It was
Connor.
it was pretty
I
funny.
like Gary. He's a crack up. He's super
He's a funny-
talented.
he's
I
very,
love- every
very-
time I see him at a tournament or whatever, I'm like, that dude is dressed like the biggest kook.
He's crazy.
But
He's fun.
great.
He's a fun guy. He's a smart guy. I like the guy a
I
lot.
like that movie. I like the poster.
Thank you, my brother. It's a Escape from New York. Escape from New Jersey, as it would be here.
Like everyone.
With Lee Van Cleef. And then, anyway, so I'm going to be at that Brunswick BJJ, and you got to do, he's review spot on cashchickschamps at gmail.com. That's Gary's thing, okay? And he's review spot for that. And also, to find out anything your Uncle Renato is up to, just Renato_Laranja on Twitter and Instagram. And sometimes Facebook. Don't worry about Facebook.
Why do you need the underscore? There's already
Because there was already a fucking scumbag who took that one, and there's also a guy who tried to buy up a bunch of the ideas. Like
Buy it off,
Renato
dude.
Laranja, but what?
Buy it
I
up.
thought you said I'll offer it to you. I thought you was the fucking scumbag.
That is something I would do.
And this fucking guy bought Renato Laranja, BJJ.com, RenatoLaranja.com. What a fucking piece of shit. But anyway, underscore, okay? And maybe I'll change it to the official one there. Who knows? Okay. But I'm there. There's only one Uncle Renato, okay?
Anything else?
That's not enough for you, huh?
Oh no, that's good. I don't want to.
And then
He's
also,
getting his eyebrows done.
I've got a lot of stuffs in the works with Pluto TV here, and it's exciting. It's exciting stuff.
Yeah, make sure you guys download the Pluto TV app on Apple TV, iOS, Android,
PS3,
Yes.
PS3, Amazon Fire, Roku,
Atari 2600.
many places. Coming.
And I will be. And by the way, you can be able to watch our podcast on Pluto TV all week if you have the app. So make sure you do that. I will be at the in Linwood at the Cliffhanger Sports Bar.
Wait, Linwood, Washington?
Linwood, Washington.
Well, who'd you piss off?
Wait, hold up. Actually, this week I'll be in Shanghai at the Shanghai Comedy Club, and I'm
Sounds
teaching.
better.
And I'm teaching a comedy course to the Chinese people.
Oh, you for him?
Yeah.
Please video this.
In
Oh,
Shanghai.
I want to see this. I want him teaching Chinese
Can you
people
please?
comedy.
This Sunday.
Here's where you say fuck.
And then I'm also going.
Fucker.
What the fuck is a frush?
I'm also so I'm going to be in Shanghai.
This
and
is a
in
fucking movie.
Beijing.
Right here. This is a
As
movie.
well as I got a whole Chinese course. September.
Are you gonna teach some like
September-
cheap Chinese food jokes and stuff?
Yeah,
After we eat, and then 30 minutes
Peking
later,
duck.
yeah.
Why are you trying to look at my dick?
I went down to an Asian chick and I was still hungry.
You nasty foul,
Anyway,
you.
September. What's the deal with SARS?
That's how you slay.
September 6th. I'm in Arlington. I'm in Linwood at the Cliffhanger
Here we go,
Sports.
Linwood.
All right.
Then I'm
Cliffhanger
in
Sports Bar.
Arlington, September 7th at the
You know
Angel.
who's from Linwood?
Who?
Randy Couture.
Nice. I'm at the Angel of the Winds Casino, September 7th.
You've been preparing for that one for quite some time.
That's when a beautiful woman farts.
Angel of the Wings.
September 8th.
Angel
I'm
of the
at
Cheeks.
I'm at the Warehouse. And September 9th, I'm in Club Crow in Kashmir, Washington.
Whoa, hold on. You're in. Who fucking booked these for you? I'm from Seattle. I got family.
You wanna come?
No, I don't want to go to Kashmir.
Wait, he always goes to a place that have the exotic name,
Why
but
don't
it's
you go
from
to
like
play
here.
fucking, I don't know, Smith's Barn in Yelm,
I'm actually gonna be there. in October.
or maybe.
Then I'm in Dubuque, Iowa, at the Diamond Joe Casino, September 13th.
Well, it's no Kashmir.
I'm in Cedar Rapids at Penguins Comedy Club, September 15th and 16th. I'm at the Dime Bar every Monday and Tuesday. I'm in Springfield, Illinois, at the
Do they
Blue
have
Room
open air
Comedy
bazaars and
Club.
stuff in Kashmir?
Wednesday, October 4th, I'm in Lake
It's spelled like the
Havasu
sweater.
at Pennington's Pub in Lake Havasu, October 4th. I'm at the Honda Resort and Casino in Pine Top, Arizona.
How do you spell that?
HON-DA Resort Casino.
Oof.
And then I'm in Laughlin at the
Pine
Edgewater
Tar.
Casino, September 7th. Apple Valley at the Wine Cellar.
Pine Tar,
October
Arkansas.
18th.
Staying busy.
What this motherfucker? Even the cameraman got up to leave.
I'm in Moore Park, California, October 19th at McGregor's Craft Beer and Wine.
Okay.
And then Brentwood, California, Northern California, October 20th. And then in Maui at Three's Bar and Grill.
Are you playing Carson at some point, I
November
hope?
11th.
Or,
Those are the places I will be.
I can't say nothing. I meant
perhaps
bad.
Gardena? I'm at the carpet barn in Gardena.
Neil with the deal, with the lead.
Then also Adam will be roasting Steven Seagal on for Mercenary for Justice, right?
Yes.
Mercenary for Justice. Who's in that one? Is that Brent Foster, Steven Seagal?
He always has the hottest women that I've never seen before in any other movies. And
He probably get them from Eastern Europe or some shit.
No, they're American, but
Oh, yeah?
I don't know.
We shot our movie Absolution in Romania.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw the one where A Good Day to Die, right? Was that one?
Good day to
Today You
die.
Die.
Today You Die with Tretch from Naughty by
Today,
Nature.
He's in
That was-
prison.
That was the last one.
No,
Some chick called
Yeah,
him
it was a
Treach.
top-notch
She was like, you know the guy Treach.
the best action movies here. We go after the best action movies.
Yo, you
We
gotta.
get them way after their prime.
Wait,
you know?
do you
The best
have-
action stuff.
A
I
good man. You
I
gotta
saw
have a
this
good man
shit.
that's got Victor Webster in it.
Yes, you gotta have that.
And Absolution, which stars myself and Byron Mann,
We got
Vinny
Revelation
Jones.
with Jean-Claude Van Damme coming soon.
Oof.
Revelation.
You know what you gotta see? They
You're gonna
did
be
a
praying for God.
they did a hip off of what's that movie Pacific Him or whatever where that's the robots and that thing. You know what I'm talking about with
What
the
movie
monster?
is this called?
Pacific. What's the one with the kid from Anarchy, Sons of Anarchy? You know
With
the
Theo
fucking
Rossi?
science fiction where they got big robots versus fucking sea monsters
Well,
and
that's
shit.
Pacific Rim.
That's what I said. But they got a hip off of it on fuck called like Atlantic something else. And Tratch is in that
Oh,
one.
I think we might have that.
With my
one.
man.
God.
Is that from Asylum?
Wait till you see.
Probably.
We have all
yeah.
Asylum
Wait
movies.
till
We
you
have an
see the
Asylum
special
movie channel.
effects and the shit on that one.
How does it stack up against Transmorphers
I never.
or Alien versus Hunter?
We also have Snakes on a
Starring
Train.
James fucking
We have
Spader.
Snakes on a Train. Not snake. We have snakes on a
Snakes
train.
on a train.
Yeah.
So it's a low budget
easier to get
version of
past.
Snakes
Yeah.
on the Train, on the plane. Oh my goodness.
All right. Cool.
A lot of stuff to look forward to, listeners and viewers out there.
This was fun.
Beautiful.
This was fun, guys.
Yeah, we gotta get together more
Follow me
often.
at Andrew Jitsu. Thank you guys.
You're welcome. Yeah,
Thank
the
you
pleasure
guys.
is all
Thank you
to
guys
the
very
fans.
much. Tune in. We'll have a new podcast. We're going to be here starting every Tuesday, starting in September, from Pluto TV.
Yeah, if you don't want to drop $100 this week, we can
much better than going to the valley.
and talk about the fights with some friends.
Yeah. So, yes.
Poop.
Thank you guys.